Wait, you are silent.
Yep, she can't hear you. So pause the introduction. Pause it.
Rewind.
I swear I fixed that a minute ago. I hate when my computer updates.
I hear you.
Nope, what it
I
was,
see you.
I was still on Storm Kings when I fixed it, so I swapped to a new scene and it was there. You do help, thank you.
I help. You gotta swallow the A. How?
I'm going to double check a bunch of other things. Sort of, kind of. Moving on. So, hello everyone, and welcome to Fools and Flagons, a tabletop campaign made up entirely by me, where the players do dumb things, the points don't matter, the rule of cool is king, and I try to make sense of everything. And tonight,
we can't show.
We are continuing with the Tales of Archeron. We are playing about a week early because I'm going to be out of town for Thanksgiving, and we all kind of wanted to play because we left off on a... We didn't want to stop playing. So, we live stream our D&D campaigns every Friday on Twitch, alternating between the Tales of Archeron and Storm King's Chaos, DM'd by Zeke over yonder way. Both are available to watch again a week later on our YouTube channel or to listen to in podcast form on most major platforms. If you can find a podcast service that doesn't have us on it, let me know and I'll try to get it fixed.
Also, if you can tell us how to get on Samsung, let us know because we can't see you in the comments and stuff. Sorry.
Can I continue?
No.
Well, good night, everybody. On top of streaming D&D on Fridays, we also stream a variety of games during the week with Pez Plays, and on the weekends with Metallurgy Magic. If you like what we do and you would like to support us in our idiocy, consider donating to our coffee page at ko-fi.com/fools&flagons. The links can be found below in the description, and the donations are never required but always appreciated. All the proceeds from donations and memberships go straight back into making Fools and Flagons an even better experience, and it really does help keep the podcast alive and well. If you're watching us live on Twitch, we would like to thank you for your follows, subscriptions, and bits. We do apologize that we cannot verbally recognize them on stream for the sake of not interrupting the story, but your support of us is always appreciated, and let's be honest, someone here is going to be watching chat and they'll respond to you through text. Looking at Zeke. And finally, a big, monumentous thank you to Martyr for being a Tavern Patron member over on our coffee page. He's been a longtime supporter of us, and we appreciate him immensely. So, with that being said, are there any other announcements, thoughts, comments, concerns? Other audio issues?
Malarkey.
You take that back.
I'm quiet.
Facetious.
Nyam!
Why?
Language.
Fuck.
Fuck! Okay.
Shit!
Let's see. Getting a thing real quick. Because I totally forgot to, update the background for the stream as well, so I'm stalling for time. Are you sure that no one has anything they want to say?
Oh dear. Hope everyone is having a nice beginning of their holiday season. And if you treat anybody at like a Costco or a Kroger badly, I will fucking destroy you.
Okay, thank you for stalling. I have fixed the picture. It's now very pretty.
What? There's no boat.
Well, we're not on the boat anymore.
Boat got destroyed.
We've made land, you hoes.
Okay, well, since there is nothing else, grab your drinks and raise your glasses. It's time for Fools and Flagons.
Huzzah.
Yeah.
All right. So, last time on the Tales of Archeron, The Tempests set forth across the Alboran Sea to travel halfway across the world to get to the far-off Aztlan Empire, to have Brick's creators fix his malfunctioning core. Chartering the Red Wave, a merchant vessel transporting wine and other spirits, they anchored down their wagon home and set off for their month-long journey. Along the way, they were assailed by an as-yet unknown entity, a gargantuan purple-tentacled creature that seemed intent on dragging them all below the waves. Fending off the attack, the Tempests could do nothing but lose sleep in paranoia as the sailors did everything in their power to outrun the creature. Consulting with Fern, their fairly long-time friend in Harpermere, they found nothing matching the creature's description and only discovered the creature's name through a magic spell. Saedhir's Grasp. Brick then beseeched the ocean goddess, Seto, for aid, and to let her know that a creature was running amok within her realm. On the condition of swearing silence for her aid, she gifted the mechanical being a shell that he was to break when her aid was needed. The Tempests made good progress across the waves with a steady wind that seemed to always be blowing them into their intended path. That is, until they happened upon a cluster of reefs that slowed their progress immensely. The creature had been following them and was now gaining while the ship slowly navigated the treacherous reefs, and with only minor damage to the ship, the rudder being completely ripped off, they once again rushed off to their final destination, the Aztlan port city of Chalco. The Red Wave ground to a halt into the harbor, and Kasumi noped right off the boat, while Pez checked on Cassie below decks, and both Brick and Zaan prepared for a fight at the back of the now beached vessel. Sure enough, Saedhir's Grasp attacked the party once more, but the Tempests were not so easily cowed and laid an absolute beatdown on it. Brick shattered the shell, and as the creature attempted to flee yet again, the waters receded and a massive tidal wave threw it onto dry land where the Tempests were able to finish it off for good. We rejoin the Tempests now as they untangle Brick from the mass of purple tentacles, and the sound of armored feet can be heard rapidly approaching the scene.
I'm not touching those tentacles. Wait. Don't think I gave you a name. Can you please assist my friend as he gestures to his Valkyrie he has summoned that lasts for a fucking hour?
Okay, you gesture to the pile of tentacles, and Zaan, you've always had to kind of look up to Brick. You have to almost break your neck to look up at this large creature that you have summoned. And with relatively short order, it is able to wrench tentacles free and allow you to kind of wiggle out of the slimy grasp.
Oh, help! Oh,
What do you say, Brick?
thank you.
Just-
I climb up on top of it and kind of stand there looking around.
Question.
Just kind of arms on, fists on the hips, like, yes.
So, out of character. When the tidal wave came in, what did that do to the boat?
Make a perception check.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like. Come on, Tate.
Didn't ask. Although, you know, it's not really hiding from you, so I'll say that you look over at the ship, and it is very much still beached, but it is now turned sideways.
Okay.
So where before you would kind of run aground straight on, the wave kind of lifted the back end up, spun it around, and it is now leaning dangerously onto the docks.
Okay.
Brick is, sorry, go ahead.
We might need to make sure that our home is okay.
You look over, and the woodworker and Zaan, they know what they're doing. The wagon is still attached, and it is tilted.
The gangster leaned the boat.
Not really familiar with that term, but okay.
It's a Rokusing thing. You wouldn't know about it.
Yeah, you would not know. It's okay.
West side.
Actually, it's the north side. North.
Rokusing has a west side.
Did you just?
North.
Oh, that's so dumb.
Still love it.
Brick is gonna be like climbing over tentacles and like falling down and like he's looking around for the head.
I mean, the head's not hard to find. It's your size, maybe slightly shorter in one dimension, but with the horns and the tentacles coming off, it dwarfs you. It's not like an amalgamation of tentacles. Like it's fairly easy to find.
Right. I'm gonna take my great sword and just start hacking away at the neck.
Pull your greatsword out, rear back, and you hear the sound of many blades being drawn, and the language that only one of you understands.
Me.
Do you know Aztlanian?
No.
Okay then. Brick, you hear one loud commanding voice go, "Halt! Explain yourselves."
Zaan is just casually looking around.
In Aztlanian, we were attacked by a giant sea monster, and I'm about to cut its head off.
What's happening?
This is boring.
I do
So
not
just gonna
recognize
walk-
you. Where do you hail from?
That is a complicated question, but for the time being, I technically from here, and also the dwarves.
You see him, sword still drawn, kind of pointed at you. He opens his mouth, and he gets shoved aside. Like, just violently pushed to the side. And you see a water ganassi stepping towards you. And she looks furious.
Oh,
And just
What did
behind
you
her
say?
is Celia Tide. Hands on her hips, pointing at you. All four of you. That's them. They're the ones the creature was after.
Rick, what did you say? You're speaking a weird language.
it's my native tongue, kind of.
Oh,
You
why
hear
do they look angry?
you hear the water ganassi give a bit of a barking shout. Silence! Would someone please explain to me why my harbor has been destroyed? This little dwarf tells me you four are to blame.
Kasumi just points at the carcass. That thing.
Yes, I know the massive creature was the one doing most of the damage, but I have since been informed that it was after you.
Not me.
Looking through my notes.
It was sort of a general gesture towards.
Kasumi is just like, oh, not me.
Where is it?
I mean, it could have been after anyone on that there ship. It did sink another ship, and we rescued some of the crew members, so it might have been after one of them.
You see Celia kind of lean underneath and goes, "Don't you start that bullshit with me. You owe me a ship. Or at the very least, repairs to me ship. I didn't sign on to be hunted by a creature when I said that I'd take you across to Aztlan.
Neither did we.
I didn't.
Well,
Wait,
someone's
she's
going to
speaking
pay
in
for me
common or
ship.
Aztlan? She's speaking in common.
Both of them have been speaking common.
Okay, just want to make sure.
The big guard that she had like shoved aside is like adjusting his helmet, looks over, and he just goes. He looks like he's about to be mad, and he just goes. Just sheathes his sword and just kind of takes a step back, folds his arms, and just watches as the water ganassi just goes off on you guys.
I cannot find where the right notes are. Do.
Listen, lady, I didn't want to be on that ocean any more than you guys did.
I don't belong on the ocean. I mean, look at me. I'm dirt.
You're more mud at this point, because you did get kind of wet.
Wet dirt.
I'm just gonna raise my hand again real quick. It's like, just to be clear, hello, my name is Brick. I am the golem. I am the creation of Amentekatl Chamali. I'm just here to visit my homeland, and we were assaulted by whatever this thing is.
Are you saying this in common?
Aztlan.
Okay. The water ganassi looks towards you as you just kind of start name dropping. Make a persuasion check for me, Brick.
Okay.
Tactics.
No, if you could speak Aztlan,
Maybe.
you little money
Big
bastard.
ass.
My charisma is +0.
God damn it.
13.
13. Someone will need to pay for repairs. Reparations must be made.
Goes.
Yep. I ain't got any. I don't have any use for money.
I mean, that's a lie. You did spend quite a bit of money on things.
And we all learned what happens when I do that.
True.
That's true. Well, if our cart ends I forgot our dinosaur's name. Holy shit.
Cassie?
And our dinosaur Cassie is pulled off the boat. We can discuss that.
You hear a low trumpeting call from inside the gangster lean cargo ship. And the water ganassi kind of looks towards it. Looks back at you. A shame that no one wishes to take the blame and help fix my harbor.
I just said I would.
Seems to me. Oh, you did?
Yeah, I said fine. I don't need money.
Oh, sorry. I completely missed that.
So wait, is the lady who the boat belongs to saying this, or
No, the ganassi.
Harbor master.
We don't know who this lady is.
No, you don't.
The water lady.
Oh wait, I
The
don't even know what
wiggly
she's.
one.
Oh no, she's. That's right.
Can I get back to doing what I was doing? The money's on the cart, so I can get that for you later. But I kind of got to take care of something like right now.
She looks over to the wagon that's still somehow fastened perfectly, and you even see her kind of pause and go,
What? You know how to make food? Well, I know how to make food correctly. This is the help of others.
God, these four are not to leave town until we can get their wagon off of that ship, and they can pay for the damages.
All right, and I just start chopping away at the neck.
Oh.
You see her kind of go like, but it's too late. You've already started hacking. She just kind of takes a step back as the blood starts to pool further. What is that?
No clue.
I am.
You wouldn't have to have anyone in town since we can't leave anymore who would know what this thing is, would you?
That is not my job, nor is it my concern. My concern is the damage that you four and this creature have done to my harbor.
First off, you're welcome for taking care of the creature that probably would have destroyed the whole town.
You mean
Right,
the creature that
you
would
mean-
not have been here had you not shown up into my harbor?
We could have just left. We had the ability to just, disappear. But we didn't. We stayed and killed it.
And second
We
off,
help.
how do you know it would not have been here? Have you ever seen a creature like this? Do you know their behaviors? I've never seen a creature like this.
Could be more.
Let us just say that I trust someone's word more than four strangers.
Actually, I think we do know that there are more.
Oh yes, that's right.
Oh, joy! And you were still in my
Yeah.
town.
Well, you won't let us leave, so.
Yeah, it's kind of
It's
unfortunate.
fine.
Brick's,
Out of
Brick's not
character.
even paying
Touche,
attention.
bitch. Touche.
Brick's not even paying attention anymore. He's just chopping away.
I'm gonna
But
look
how
up
long
at
would
the-
this take me?
Considering how you thoroughly thrashed it twice by now, no more than 2 minutes.
Okay, once I'm done, I
because
just
also
grab.
this is the. Keep in mind that this is also the shed skin version. It's a fair bit weaker than its big self.
Okay. I'm just gonna grab it by a horn and start dragging it toward the ocean.
Oh God.
I want to.
It-
Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna yell out to Brick, harvest things from it.
You got the rest of it. This one's somebody already called dibs on this one.
We are going to talk about that later.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are. And Zaan's gonna look up at his celestial and in celestial ask it if it can help people who might be hurt around us to just help them get up, or if they're trapped under anything.
Okay, you give it the command and it begins to stomp off, and you can see the guards, they go for put their hands on the weapons again, and they start to back up as this, what's the word? They hesitantly take a step back, and then they draw their weapons again. Some of them have spears, some of them have swords, and they're
I would not attack Zad if I was you.
You hear the guard kind of clear his throat and... I don't think any of you are in a position to tell us what we can do in our own country.
I mean,
And Brick, you
Is
hear
he
him
speaking in
say something
common?
under his... He was speaking in common. He's swapping to Aztlanian to just kind of do like a chuckle and go, foreigners.
Well, if you'd like the celestial to
I'm
not
from
help
here. I say in Aztlan back.
If you'd like the celestial not to help people that might be injured around here, then impede it. If you would like it to help, then get out of the way.
Yeah, gosh, you guys want us to help and then you don't want us to help? What's going on? She's arms crossed off.
Not a single
Literally
one of
trying-
us has asked you for help. Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Who, me or her?
You snarky bastard.
Well, persuasion is... Actually, that's pretty good. So the lower of the two is 10, so 16.
You kind of see the guard working his jaw a little bit. He finally looks over at one of the others and gives a bit of a jerking nod. They rush up towards the celestial, but they seem to be escorting it more than hindering it.
This is still a large creature.
They don't seem afraid of it.
Oh, okay.
Once Brick gets to the edge of whatever is left of the dock or gets as close to like deep water as he can, he's just gonna pick up the head and chuck it as far as he can, while saying thank you, and then kind of whispers to the water. Also, can I tell them now?
As you chuck the head into the water, you ask the question. You hear nothing in response, but as you turn around, there's 3 guards behind you. Not threatening,
The head
just
gone.
there. You threw the head into the water. You see a dark
No, like,
shadow
get-
underneath.
Meh, it's hers now. Hi.
They don't say anything. They're just watching.
So the Ganassi lady, she's still near Kasumi and I.
She's somewhat nearby, but she's gotten a little bit distracted barking orders to other people that have rushed up to her. There seem to be quite a few dock hands that are coming up asking for... Brick would possibly hear this from a distance, but asking what they would do, giving information about damage and what the next steps need to be. The place is very... is very loud and very chaotic at the moment.
I'm gonna wander over to Zaan. How, just a guesstimate, Zaan, would you think all the damage to the wooden docks would run us? Just so I know they're not taking all of our money.
Well, us is a very strong word. I'm not paying for anything.
Okay, taking all of my money.
To be fair, Damn, would I know this? I mean,
Make an investigation check or perception depending on how close you want to be. Like if you want to like really go and look, or if you just kind of want to do like an overall scan.
midway between the two.
Perception check.
Okay. 16 plus 9, 25.
25. You look around and you see that there are some of the docks that have like gone out into the water have now like sagged down because when the tidal wave came in, it kind of got underneath them, ripped them up, and then slammed them down again. There are ships that have been beached, some that are starting to sink. Some of the smaller boats that had less mass to them have been tossed onto the into the harbor itself. Just the work and fixing the docks themselves, no more than 2,000. That's just materials and labor.
Maybe 1,700 to 2,500.
Okay. And I'll jump back in the water and start walking toward our boat.
It's beached.
It's beach.
Oh, you're right. You said it was beach. I thought it was...
No. Listen, Brick starts walking
It's
out
like-
to the water. Zaan's gonna stand behind him. Brick, the boat's right there.
No, I like the idea better. It's like, fuck that. Yeah.
Just run away!
Yeah.
Run away!
They can't chase me under here.
Who's
I
gonna
can keep
stop me,
going.
air breathers?
Question. Are there any structures that Kasumi could possibly climb on top of?
There's plenty you can more than likely get on top of.
Okay. Well, she's gonna kind of look over at Zaan and Pez and be like, well, clearly they don't want our help. We're not allowed to leave. And I feel disgusting with all this salt water, so I'll be back. And so she finds the closest structure to climb on top of. She's gonna climb on top of it, go into fox form, and start licking her paws angrily.
As you start to kind of rush towards a building, you hear a few sets of heavy metallic footprints as these... I forgot to mention, the guards all are wearing very beautifully decorated golden armor. A little bit more angular than what you're used to seeing. It doesn't have the smooth flowing shape that the Nightly Kingdoms did. And each one of the guards have a white tabard with a radial circle of swords embroidered in gold. But they start to rush towards you, or kind of give chase more or less, and then you jump onto the roof, change shape, and start licking yourself, and you kind of look down doing like what?
She'd be like, growl.
Peasants.
Like little growl.
I was gonna say you kind of look at them and you just like lock eyes and do the angry like that. The two that are down there kind of look up at you and then look at their commander, and he just kind of like he just genuinely doesn't know what to do. You didn't really run away. You're still there.
No. I wanted somewhere dry.
Yeah. So Kasumi is cleaning. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just wondering, Scorponok's still out, and I assume he's still just destroying boxes or whatever, since that was my
upside
last
down the
command.
boat.
It's bright out.
I would
need my hat.
say at this point, it would have run out of its ability to follow your command. So it would have gone for like a turn or two more, just kind of smashing. But if you just said like, smash these boxes, smash these barrels, and then it smashed those barrels, it would stop because it has no other direction from you, and it hasn't for a little while. As far as you know, it's still in the bottom of the ship.
Can I call him towards me? Because there's something that I might need him for.
Does it have a range to it? Because I would assume you would need to be within speaking distance, and you are not.
Inventory. Where's my hat? There's my hat. Doesn't say a range, but I'm gonna assume 60 feet.
On your turn, you can mentally command the scorpion if it is within 60 feet of you. You are not within 60 feet of it.
I get within 60 feet of it.
Okay. You head over towards where the ship is now kind of tilted sideways against the beach. What have you done?
No, nothing.
I don't like that. What have you done?
I just posted what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. You get closer, and already there's quite a number of people by the red wave, pointing and chatting, and seem to be kind of like gesturing at different parts of it. And already you start to see different tools and implements being wheeled closer from other areas of the dock. They seem to be already in the process of trying to get the ship kind of back in a place where it could not be beached. And you do get that mental connection back with Scorponok. You you look over, you hear the low rumbling cry of Cassie, and then through one of the grates in the surface, you see Hamburger's head just bonk.
Oh, all my little minions are okay.
Oh,
What?
sorry, hang on, I need to check something real quick.
No. Oh, I know.
Hamburger's head pops out through the hole, and he's
Can I assume it's gonna take a hot minute to get Cassie out, but I want Scorponok to do something else.
what are you trying to do?
I want Scorponok to emerge from the boat, non-threateningly, and start going after chopping up the squid lady to help get her out.
Okay. There's a fair bit of panic as a giant scorpion comes out from the bottom of the ship, but it kind of scurries down towards you, and as you hear the guards that have been following you draw their weapons, you kind of walk up, give it a little pat, hop onto its back, and just like, yeah! And they're incredibly wary of all of you because, holy shit, guys. You're really towing the line here. But you ride the scorpion over, and the two that have been assigned to you jog after, and Scorponok just starts picking up a tentacle, sneak, pick up a tentacle, sneak. I mean, it might take him a little bit, and he starts to have to like chew some of it, but depending on how much you want to dismember it, are you just trying to get into the chunks, or are you trying to get something specific out of it?
Chunkify it, but I am curious as to get to its heart.
Make a medicine check at disadvantage.
Medicine, even though I'm a ranger and I'm animal and
This is an animal.
I said what I said.
This is an eldritch abomination.
Just a side note, while this is happening, Brick has climbed into the cart and is going through the safe to get his money out.
Hold on that.
Okay.
17 plus 2, so 19.
19. You know, generally on a humanoid body where the heart would be, because that's generally where you aim, that or the noodle. So you start snipping off tentacles to try to get to the chest area, and you snip, snip, cut, stab, chew, chew, chew. And you finally kind of rip it open. None of that looks right.
Oh.
Which is wrong, Pez.
Those aren't guts. Well, they are guts, but those aren't guts.
Those, don't really know what to say to that.
Scorponok, show them.
Scorponok just kind of reaches in with his little pincers, grabs something, rips it out. It's definitely an organ. You don't know what it is. And he kind of slowly brings it towards his mouth.
Nope. Nope. Nah. Eh. Put that down. No.
Well, that's certainly something.
Brick,
So,
make an acrobatics check for me.
Oh, great.
You're walking into a tilted house.
+1, 14.
14. You get over to the ship. You have your own 4 guards with you now. You climb up onto the ship and you see a bunch of the workers shouting at you saying like, it's unsafe, what are you doing, get down, like you really shouldn't be up there.
You want the money to fix the boat or not?
but
You see a bunch of them kind of stop, go, and in unison they all turn, and there's the water ganassi with her arms folded. Go ahead. So you hop into up. You have to go around. Actually, it went in that way. So no, you actually have to climb into it. So you would have to open the door downward.
Ow,
There's-
chair.
Yeah, there is a chair bunched up against it. Some of the cutlery has fallen from the cabinets. It's all kind of up against the side, but with the chair being there,
Chair
okay, I
damage.
wasted that natural 20 on this stupid joke.
kills you.
The chair, the chair landed perfectly so that nothing slides out. But you then have to pull yourself inside and try to traverse the interior of a tilted house.
I will do it very carefully, and I will look out for anything that is Kasumi so I don't crush it.
It takes you a little bit because you never thought that navigating stairs would be so difficult. But eventually you
My old enemy, stairs.
you do manage to get upstairs into the workshop where you have the safe. You're able to get the gold out of it.
After I get the gold out, I walk by the library and I pause. And I kind of like peek the door open just to see the state of things.
It's one of those moments where you peek it open, hoping. Nope, slam it. That really sucks.
My books.
It's a mess. It's not good.
Well, just means I get to organize it again. And then, so I got 2 bags. One has about 2K for the docks, and one has 500 for the ship as a starting.
Okay. So you come back outside, slipping and sliding a little bit. But eventually you get to the door and you kind of like shuffle. How do you try to get out? Do you climb out? Do you just kind of yeet yourself out the door?
Yeah, I put both the bags into the spider backpack, and then I just kind of pencil dive through a hole and just pew out like a missile.
Make another acrobatics check.
12.
12. You pencil dive, but then you kind of forget what the rest of the ship looked like, and you kind of hit with your feet on the railing, and it just sort of sends you cartwheeling off to the side. You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you just sort of like land on your head, sort of ass over tea kettle, but not quite that terrible. It was just really disorienting.
I'm okay.
Brick,
Yep.
you forgot to shut the door.
I look back up. Mage hand.
Does it work?
Yeah, I mean, he's able to shut the door with Mage Hand. It's not that heavy.
No.
It's a cantrip. It always works.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I wasn't
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
But
Thankfully, cantrips don't take that much energy to mess with his core.
I get up, I brush myself off, I walk over to the captain, I take out the 500 gold bag, I hold it out to her.
She takes it, pulls the drawstring, looks inside, and goes, "All's forgiven." Sits it shut.
All right, and I walk over to the Genasi, I hand her the 2K bag.
She takes it. She as well kind of looks inside and goes, "We will see."
If you need more, just let me know. Again, I hold my hand out this time, like, my name is Brick. I am technically native to this area, but it is nice to meet you. What is your name?
She looks at your hand for a moment, and then swaps the coin purse over to the other, takes it, gives it a shake. She's fairly strong. Shalmara.
An honor to meet you.
What? Oh, do you need the spelling?
It's like, Salmora, you just gonna fucking leave it like that, asshole? You know I don't know how to spell that.
No one said anything. Xiomara.
And how is it pronounced?
Shalmara.
And what did she say her official title was? She's like the head of the port?
She didn't say.
Okay.
What are you?
Thanks. I was literally taking a breath.
Don't be rude. What are you,
What?
though?
I'm a Watakanasi, if that is what you are implying.
Oh, no, I meant your position.
I would be known as a Tlatoyatl. Which, seeing Pez's eyes just kind of like...
Wait for the translation to go through.
In the common tongue, I am the shipmaster.
Yeah.
How do you spell that in the
What,
Aztlanian?
Tlatoyatl?
Mhm.
Tlatollotl.
A lot of L's.
You're gonna be getting a lot of that, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Discord notification was an hour late.
Yeah, I really need to fire that bot.
Again, apologies for how we met, but it is nice to meet a kinsman.
Well, you are no kin of mine, that I'm aware of.
You are not native to here?
Just because we are in the same region does not mean we are kin. My kin runs a bathhouse.
Does
I-
someone
Where?
hear this?
Your radar dishes? You heard a mouse fart back in Harpermere a second ago.
But Brick will say, it's like, I do not have technically any bloodkin, so I just consider any from my country my kin.
Oilkin.
She kind of looks at you and very brazenly lifts a hand and... Gong, gong.
And I pop the face shield open.
You have blood.
No. Arcana.
Very strange turn of phrase. Well, a rocky start indeed, but she kind of weighs the coin purse again. Welcome to Chalco.
It is good to be here.
She pauses for a moment as you are about to speak. She holds a finger up and looks behind her as someone kind of tapped her on the shoulder. And Brick, you understand what the gentleman is saying, but he's pointing at the ship and pointing at the wagon and all. And he informs her of Cassie being inside. And it basically equates to it's going to be the better part of a day to get the ship to a point where they can safely get everything off. Like, there's no way that they're going to be able to unanchor the wagon and get it off without it just eating all the shit. And there's apparently some There's two beasts down below. One of them is trying to bite anyone that gets too close, and the other one is gigantic and is kind of trapped inside of barrels.
Bez, can you please go take care of Hamburger?
He is his own creature.
We're not
Okay,
getting
fine.
Cassie out of there unless he stops biting people.
Fine. Scorponok, continue to hack this thing apart. I jump off, and I waddle my way over to the Boat.
I just look down at him. Do you need a lift?
Don't throw me.
Aw.
What's up, son?
I want to walk up to this dock lady when you're done with.
Oh, I should have shared a photo with you guys. Carry on.
I was very disappointed.
Listen.
I was looking for it, and it never came.
So you said that your family ran a bass house, Mrs. Zio. Sorry, I am not familiar with the words of this country.
Jalmara. My brother Chippewack runs the bathhouse.
I'm sure he does. Is it here in this town?
Yes, he runs the garden bathhouse here in Chalco.
Oh.
You said the garden?
It is what he decided to call it.
Is there actually a garden in it?
See for yourself. You seem to... She's holding the sack of coins in her left hand still. You seem to be able to afford his services.
San's gonna look in the bag. Fucking chump change. Doesn't say that out loud, but so is that what?
Nothing. Carry on.
Okay. So was anybody terribly injured in the random spontaneous tidal wave?
Seems scrapes and bruises. Maybe one
Nothing
sprained
serious.
limb or two, but no deaths.
No broken limbs? Okay.
Not that I have heard.
Well, if that changes, believe it or not, I am a priest.
She kind of tilts her head at you,
Oh, Valkyrie.
and then there's the stomping footsteps as your celestial comes back, and she kind of looks over and looks at the ones who had been guarding it, and they both simultaneously give a nod, and they go, or she kind of gives a little bit of a tilt, and apparently so.
Yes, it's done a little differently on Rokusin, to be fair. We aren't usually the type. We tend to be able to kill as well as we heal.
Right.
From what I've heard about this country, you might find a few common kin.
Well, quietly, I do not believe your services are required any further. You see the guard that seemed to have been in charge gives a nod of his head, raises his hand, snaps his fingers, does a circular motion, and all the ones that have been flanking you before get back into step, and they immediately spread out back into the city.
You hear
Have a good day. Sorry we met this way.
Sume,
She just looks at you.
come. We are going to see the bathhouse.
You can see she's made herself comfortable. So she'd base it for a moment, but then she decides to hop down.
I will
So-
catch her.
As you guys now finally get a chance to properly look around,
Oh, very
the area is gorgeous. You can hear animals calling in the distance. There's birds, insects thrumming. It's a fairly thriving city. It's still quite chaotic where you are at the moment. But looking out over further into the city, and you realize that there's actually a bay. You hit one of the arms of the area. And off in the distance, you see a few interesting structures on the horizon. You see one much larger tree than the rest. There appear to be 3 lighthouses, 2 towards the edge of the bay where the arms seem to reach out, and one very large one in the center of it. And behind that is a very large pyramid type structure.
Ooh.
The image is very small.
I've done nothing, and I'm all out of ideas.
P&D. And this is Colotl?
This is
Chalco.
Chalco. So,
I need an adult. What the hell?
Jalmara is still coordinating efforts at the docks. What are you all doing?
I don't want to leave Pez yet. We probably want to get him too.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Probably.
Pez is going in to get Hamburger.
Yep.
It's easy enough. You're small. Brick is able to boost you up so that you can get in. You got little claws to grab onto things. You go down below. It's far worse than when you had left it before. Scorponok did quite a number on the barrels that were in there trying to get Cassie out until it kind of looked around for you for more instructions and then you weren't there. Cassie seems to be partially buried still, but she doesn't seem to be in distress. She just can't really move.
She exists.
Hamburger is drunk.
I approach, holding a hand out.
You can definitely see he's not aggressive towards you. And that's partially because he can't find you. Because you're first kind of over there, but then you're over here. And then you're kind of back over here just a little bit. And then you're kind of down that way.
Oh, I do have spell slots. Yay! I cast Speak with Animals.
You cast Speak with Animals, and you hear... you hear what kind of equates to Hamburger's version of a sea shanty.
And what does that sound like?
Bugs. Buckets of the things.
And you just see him kind of flopping.
Give us all that we can eat, and it will never be enough.
Thank you for getting
That's some good shit.
Bugs are always good.
Can confirm. All right, that's enough liquid fire for you. What do you say that I come and grab you and we go find some more exotic bugs instead of trying to nibble on the fingers of all these people?
Hamburger takes one step, face plants, rolls over, and just wings.
I pick up the boy.
The boy has been retrieved. So you grab Hamburger, you make your way back out of the ship. Brick is down below, ready to help you get off. And as you come down, you kind of walk past one of the other sailors, Hamburger, who seems completely out of it, just like reaches up and just bites at the air. Can't quite reach him because you're holding onto him. It's just like, okay.
Just boop on the nose. Just nope.
As you're leaving the bottom side, you just hear Cassie with a deep bellow. I'll be here.
I was gonna say something to him, like, had this whole conversation. Cassie's still buried, doesn't fucking say a thing.
I mean,
Can I drink some?
No.
Aww.
What else is she gonna do? Proceeds to anyway.
But I assume that all the people are going to try to unfasten Cassie and our wagon.
That does seem to be the intent. But they cannot do that until the ship has been righted.
Cool. So we have free reign now, right? Like, we can now leave, or are we still confined to the city?
You
I
look
think
around
we're
and
good.
the guards, they're not following you, at least.
We need to avoid the jails so we don't burn those down.
What?
You heard me?
I mean,
Why?
you're not wrong.
Because he was going back into human form.
Okay.
Ah, there you are.
What are we doing?
Well, we are going to the house that we were talking about earlier, and Zana's gonna like lean his head over at Pez, not saying the B word in front of him.
What?
So,
Oh. Okay.
we're gonna go to a very exotic place. They have very, very cool things here, apparently. But we have to figure out where they are. Then I need to talk to you. Don's gonna look at Brick with like, oh, you got some splaining to do, bitch. Is it
Or we
very
could not.
Okay, well, I see that as a valid option, and then I'm going to throw that option out the window and say, fuck that shit, and you're going to talk to me about something. But yeah, let's, any guards nearby?
There's a fair few milling about. Some just trying to keep the peace. Some that are actually trying to be helpful and moving things around.
I'm gonna just grab, just... do you speak common?
Little.
You want me to translate?
Ask her where's the Dark Lady's family places.
Jibba 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 jibba.
You get backhanded racist!
Oh, sorry. I mispronounced. It's not jibba, it's jibbe.
Yeah.
How dare you use the informal
easy.
language with the lady?
It's a dude.
Very,
but
very
okay.
easy mistake to make for someone who doesn't use the language a lot.
Don covers Kasumi's ears. Brick!
So
I don't
you
even know
ask
what you
about
said.
the
House.
bathhouse.
Yes,
the
the
house.
Chippewax bathhouse.
How do you spell that?
Chippewack is
Yeah.
CHIPUAK.
I almost got it. I'm gonna keep spelling it my way so I remember how to pronounce it.
Okay. So you ask about the place.
Mm-hmm.
And you see him turn, kind of look, take a few steps so that he's kind of between buildings, and he points towards the very large tree off in the distance.
You know, hindsight was 2020. Well, shall we go and see if we can find maybe something to partake of eating or whatever they call food here?
Onward for libations.
Well,
Sure.
if anybody smells anything that they like, speak up.
I cannot smell.
If anybody who matters with a nose when it comes to food
Fuck you.
smells something, speak up. I still
will
love you,
say-
but
As we start to walk, Kasumi's
Dad?
just kind of casually strolling, and she kind of looks around and she's like, wow, you know, in a town where everyone is sitting here and blaming you for something bad that happened, just assuming it's your fault, they really know how to make a girl feel like home.
I know, right?
I kind of
feel
lean down.
like-
To be fair,
well, that's good. I mean, this place is nice. If I wasn't wearing my crystal, I think that this would be way too humid for my tastes.
Actually,
Oh God.
with that being said, it's not nearly as warm as you were expecting.
Oh. Yeah, never mind. The temperature here is fantastic. Wunderbar.
There's it's odd because there's a heat and a slight humidity to the air, partially because of the sea, but there's still a fairly cool breeze coming from the north that kind of balances it out.
Balances it out. Yes, that is good. Well, city seems nice. Maybe they have expensive things here that are nice. We'll have to ask the people at the house. Do we smell anything? What? Nothing, Pest. We're talking about food places.
What house are we going?
Food house. We're going to food house.
A tree house.
Yes,
Isn't that just called a
big tree.
restaurant?
Well, lost in translation. So, DM, do we smell anything good as we make our way to the house of cleanliness?
So you start to walk towards the tree, and you soon find yourself at the inner bay. And the only way to get around is to go off to your left. So you start following the streets along, and looking around, a lot of the structures here are more akin to warehouses and storerooms, not so much in the way of cooked food. So you walk for 5 or 10 minutes, and you start to see more tents, other structures that seem a bit smaller, some a little bit larger. And you start really getting into the heart of Chalco. Those of you with sniffers, if you would like to make a perception check for smells, you may.
28.
28. Kasumi, you want to talk about it? 1.
The first roll.
Somebody walks by and crop dusts her.
It was you.
19.
19. You walk for a bit, and then Zaan stops real quick. He sniffs around. It's not cooked meat, but it's meat. It's that way.
It's that way. Oh, wait, that way.
So you can follow your nose if you want. Okay,
So it's man on a mission.
Zaan sniffs this with his sniffer for a bit, then he turns left. He starts heading towards the north. He's going along the street, and eventually let me get it pulled up real quick.
Oh my goodness.
What? Oh,
Nothing.
I know what's happening, but I'm not looking. I got work to do. You head through the streets, and you eventually come to a building that's moderately sized. But what's curious about it is that compared to the rest of the buildings, there's a large fenced-off area behind it. And you see, it's not so much painted, but it's like gold lettering has been put above the door frame, saying the Salted Gristle Butcher.
Can we read it?
Brick can.
Oh, okay, so he said the salted one more time?
Salted Gristle Butcher.
This is what it says. We're
Brick, do
smells.
you translate?
Oh, I mean, if he asks, I'm look. Brick, unless he's in like addressed, is just like
Brick.
uh,
Brick.
eh.
What's the name of this place? Pay attention here, man. Mission.
Focus.
What was the Salted Gristle Butcher?
It sounds
right?
good enough for me. Is everybody okay for everybody? That's good to me.
I like meat.
Sure.
Bacon?
I don't break via in a new country. I don't know what they have here. I mean, obviously,
Bacon
there
is
were probably...
universal.
Was that just a fair argument? Well, let us go in.
Okay.
I'm guessing we're also just getting stares from people because obviously, super fucking out of place.
Make a perception check.
Sure, I love making those.
For
Those are
once,
my favorite
I'm not
things.
out of place anymore.
15 plus 9, 24.
24. There's a large variety of people in this town. You see people that are definitely dressed as kind of working class. Most definitely people that are more of the nobility sort of stature. Zaan, you would actually recognize what looks to be a few people that might be from Romana. They just kind of have that style of dress to them. More the flowing silks and the kind of toga with the golden bangles and all. It's a healthy mix of a lot of races from a lot of different cultures here.
Don't stand out for one. It's fucking awesome.
Make a history check for me, Zaan, since you are
Sure.
a sailor. I'm having you roll a lot, but it's for reasons.
Okay, 15 plus 1. I actually rolled another 15. 16.
While you've not been to this region before, even you are aware of the city of, or the port of Chalco being the port of the Aztlan Empire.
Think so. This place is very important.
Important and
Important.
Any
Oh, I
cowboys?
hate myself.
you haven't seen anyone dress quite like you. But it's also possible that they just weren't wearing really cool hats.
True.
Like you. Which I would say around this point is your hat's probably back.
Yeah. I grabbed Scorponok before we left the area.
Got it.
Well, let us make our way in.
Okay.
Is there a door?
There is a door. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The door is quite large. The top of your head comes maybe half a foot over the doorknob. Brick, it's a very comfortable height for you. You, for once, don't feel like you need to duck or anything. You open the door, and the interior, immediately you feel that the interior is, the air is dry. And has a very, very salty smell to it. Kasumi and Zaan, your fur starts to kind of prickle a little bit. Like on a cold, dry winter's day where you can just walk and just zap somebody, just a little bzz.
I like it in here.
I miss this.
It will probably boost my powers.
It smells heavily of cured meats, and it's very easy to see why. There are many different types of meats hanging from the ceiling, stored on the walls, sausages, lamb, or not lambs, like haunches. None of it really seems to have been cooked in a sense or raw. It's all seems to be dried and made for lasting for a long time in travel.
So we can get something to snack on here. Ask if this person knows maybe that we can find a nice place to sit down, talk about things, and eat after we go to the really big treehouse. Sound good?
Well, yeah, because I don't think we're going to be able to get in our cabin tonight.
Yes, that is a good point. We would probably need to procure a place to stay. I'll get you sleep in a bed for once. This will be nice.
You hear some very heavy footfalls coming from the back. And Brick, you hear... Up until now, it's been very fluent. This seems broken and kind of like very rough Aztlan. You hear, "Oi, oi, I'll be there in a moment." You hear the thumping footsteps get closer, and coming from the back, the kind of cloth is thrown aside, and you see a very large orcish woman with, in one hand, the one singular hand is the leg of a large beast and the butcher blade that she was using before. She comes, slams them both down. She's got very kind of lightish blue-green skin, foresty green hair, and Zaan, she's dressed in a very familiar fashion. Braided hair, furs, looks like she's definitely built to be butchering
Not here.
meat. She kind of looks at you all. "Oh, how can I help you?" In that same broken Aztlan, which only Brick would understand at the moment.
If common's easier, that's fine too.
You see her kind of like roll her eyes and goes, "Oh, thank thine gods." Well,
That one's even from Rokasine too, so he could probably, if you little rusty.
Hello?
you see her swivel her gaze towards you and goes, "Oh, it's good to see kin."
It is... I did not expect to run into somebody from Rokasin here, to be completely honest.
Let's call it indentured servitude.
Oh, what crime did you commit?
She kind of looks towards Zaan and kind of gives him a.
Oh,
We both laugh, I'm guessing.
Even she can't help but chuckle a bit. The solar blades got the better of me.
Well, when the mood hits, you have to act on it.
I was hesitant to accept my countrymen's custom when I first learned of it, but on the other end, at least you're not just rotting in a cell somewhere, or at the bottom of the ocean.
You win a few, you lose one.
So where in Rokasin are you originally from?
Oh, it's been so many years, I have not thought of home in a while.
How much do you owe in damages?
Oh, to be fair, that was so long ago, I kind of forgot about it, and I just enjoy working here at this point. I
you do
came
not
from
want to go home?
Gunkel.
So quite... Oh, I was like... Sorry, I was like, west? No. So quite east. That works? So you like working here? They don't keep you here against your will?
Not anymore.
That's good. Just kind of destroyed a port. Killed a monster. Thought it was about to have to kill a couple other people.
No killing my countrymen.
Hey, you do not tell me what to do. I am Rokasin. I do what I want.
She reaches up, grabs a whole link of sausages from the ceiling, unhooks it, tosses it towards you. Tell me more of this beastie.
See Zaan actively ponder the situation.
I have a picture.
Rick's gonna
What is a picture?
pop a sausage off the link and just
You
I'm
eat
watching
You like
the
it?
show.
So did you just take his sausage?
You just took
Yep.
my sausage.
Yep.
You like
This is
sausage?
All right, roll a d20.
Roll it. Oh yeah. Where's my D20 that I've been using every time?
Also, Pez is unsure of her because work.
She's
Also,
from Rokasin. You
he's
sass her,
hot.
Zaan.
She's also big beefy lady.
Totally may or may not have gotten some Karlak inspiration off of this one.
Yeah, I know. We saw the picture, man.
Wait, we did? Oh, I didn't
Hence
see
the
picture.
eyeballs.
I will use.
Oh, hell yeah.
This D20.
It's gonna change the whole tone of this conversation.
13.
Well,
It makes your robot tongue tingle a little bit.
La,
It
la, la.
must be fairly heavy on the spices. Or maybe that's salt.
Yeah,
Gib.
Mine.
Zaan. Yeah.
Fine, we'll break off a sausage to give everybody one.
I don't.
So, I will tell you more, but
He just
might
shoves one into Kasumi's hands.
so
I'll take it.
might I ask your name before I spill my life story?
Opati. O-P-A-T-I.
O-P-A-T-I. Body 1 second, I'm also saving this in my folder. Yeah, believe it or not, I have a D&D folder with all of Ian's images in it.
Save it for later.
Well, no, I have all the maps, characters. I like to save all the characters. They're cool. So, well, it's fantastic to meet you. Pronounce it one more time for me.
Opati.
Opati. It's a pleasure to meet you, Opati. My name is Zaan. My father is Kwankaro, and to be honest with you,
No, she hears a name and she starts to think about it, and without even really thinking, she just suddenly raises the butcher blade and just cleaves straight through the leg that she had on the table, barely even looking at it. Just kind of shoves that slice aside. That name does not ring familiar to me.
It is okay.
But I have been gone for over 20 years, so wham!
Well, as I said, I am Zaan. So, to be honest with you, I will tell you on one condition. You are not allowed, on your honor, to speak about it to anyone else, under the pain of your own death.
This seems far more serious than just a normal beastie. In which case, I do not feel the need to probe further.
It's fine. Just think of large octopus creature. It's about the size of a boat.
That is all I need to know.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and we killed it, and they were mad at us for it.
Well, to be fair, someone flooded, everything with water. So I'm just staring at Brick.
I was just following orders.
We
I
were the
should've
only
said
ones
that.
fighting the thing, okay? They weren't even thankful.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that later.
She kind of
Regardless.
she has the blade in her hand. She kind of leans it on her elbow on the table and chin on the palm. Goes, I do miss fighting the beasties.
Ah, they are so fun. I still
You
have
want
to
to come with
find-
us to kill some elementals?
Sadly, no. Though I am no longer fully indentured, I have duties. She just takes it like with the other hand, just as deftly, just wham, takes a chunk
Did
out.
you kill that thing? And she points to the leg that she's now dismembered.
Oh, yes, did you get it?
Yes, but there's no challenge. They sit out back, they trust, and when it is time,
What is
so
it?
Yeah, what is it?
Odis
Huh?
is to be turned into fantastic jerky.
No, but what was it before it was dead?
Oh. She kind of pauses a moment, and you see her trying to work through the words. Bighorn.
Goat? Deer?
Triceratops?
She points at Pez.
Ah, dinosaur.
Oh. Brick's one of those.
Oh, yeah. Yes, yes. He has the ability to shift into the one of those.
Oh, for a temporary time, yeah.
She kind of
Made
looks
out
at
of
Very
Brick,
stupid.
down to the leg, back up to Brick. Boom.
Brick just shrugs. I don't do it too often. It makes me very stupid.
Well, I cannot help too much, but I do know town. You
Well,
all seem new.
Very much so. Well, first off, he looks at the sausage. Might have a little more to buy for snacking. Would you know of any places that are very good to go sit down and partake of the food?
Suppose it does depend on what it is you like to eat.
Son looks at her with an eyebrow raised.
Seems to be more directing her attention to the rest of the group as Kasumi has rejected her has rejected the sausage.
Oh,
There is the rare catch fishmonger. If you are more into the bread and pastries, there is the finest flour. Or if you wish to spend the big coin, you can go to the Final Rest Inn.
But we do need an inn, unfortunately. Because the carts that we came with here with is at a awkward angle, and yeah, we can't sleep in it. It's unfortunate.
Again, you see her head tilt curiously.
The ship got beached.
It tilts the other way.
Big monster in tidal wave.
You kind of get the idea that she's not the most imaginative.
Think of normal roll casino shenanigans in port. It's not much different.
Eh.
Well, that is nice. Is there anywhere in towns that we... Well, actually, do they sell is magical items here?
Ooh, where's my mouse? There's my mouse. I do not do magic. There is funny smelling place with old gray-haired man.
Yeah.
No, I think we know who that is. I don't want to go any further near that place.
You have been to see Quetzal?
Is that the wizard's name from fucking...
Is it, you racist bastards? I'm just thinking all old gray-haired people are the same
We
dude.
all have PTSD, okay?
Yeah. Oh, no, okay, so, no, sorry. There's a... Long story short, there's a crazy old man who apparently goes old places.
Yeah,
No,
but doesn't he... He has like a twin brother that looks exactly like him, but I don't know what this twin brother's name is.
This is fine. Might I ask what this strange smelling place is called?
I have not been in. He just smells funny.
What's it smell
but-
like?
Funny.
Makes sense. Can I ask what directions that is from here?
You are furthest northwest you can get. Everything else is south and east.
Thank you. So go southeast. Okay.
Do you have any tuna or salmon?
No.
Oh,
I did. But it was what?
it's okay.
You can get from fishmonger and I will make into jerky.
I usually prefer it fresh from the sea.
She's from other place.
Yeah, I'm from another place.
So am
I
I.
am too.
But okay.
10
would you have
copper
any-
for 10 days of meat.
This is a lot of meat. How about
I make for traveling. And she kind of gestures at all the cured and salted meats hanging around and on display.
That's a good point. How about this? 10 days, and Zaan's gonna smack a gold coin on the counter because you're fantastic. I love seeing people from my country.
You see her look at the coin for a second, and she lifts her bloodied hand and goes, "It's yellow." She takes the coin. She takes the coin and she goes behind her and she grabs sausage links, a big haunch of a leg, and what looks like a wrapped up parchment parcel, and she takes all three and just kind of boom.
He's a
Onto the counter.
female himbo.
Um, y- you know, since you are dealing with some exotic meats and some dinosaur meat, might I interest you in looking up a small family-owned business it's way out west. It's called Marigold Farms, where the meat bites back. We have some pretty good exotic meats that you might be able to import and dry and make some fantastic food out of.
She looks at you for a long moment and gives just a single blink.
Stan's gonna pat Pez on the back.
You got gumption.
He appreciates the dedication, Pez, but I think this is a little out of the way for that.
In shipping lanes, I don't know. I'm just trying to help the farm.
Well, thank you for the meat. Thank you for the information, and I hope I bump into you before we leave again.
Travel safe, come back to Salted Gristle Butcher. She kind of lifts a hand, waves, starts piling up the meat that she'd cut up, pushes it aside, and just goes on to working, trimming the fat.
As we leave, can I say, see you later in Orcish?
She stops, ear perks up, she kind of goes wide-eyed and looks at you, just stares.
Walk out.
Okay. What's the plan? What's next?
I would smash that.
Smash what?
I was like,
We're aware.
Yeah, what are you smashing? She already smashed that critter in the back and has a leg.
Yeah.
regardless, so we need to we want to, oh no, that's right. So to the big tree. So
Is the big tree where the super mayor is? Like, what's going on?
yeah, so it's the mayors. They will help us do whatever we need to do. Regardless, let us go. Can we see where this big tree is from where we're at?
It's fairly easy to see. There's a fair few trees around, like within the city. Most of the foliage is on the outskirts, but there is one significantly sized tree, more towards the center of the town. You're able to travel along for another 5-10 minutes, weaving in and out of the streets, and eventually you do get to the large tree, and you were somewhat expecting to see a building near the tree, but there's just the tree.
I don't know what I was expecting, but it was not this. So, like, is there an obvious door that we can see, or?
You have to go around to the other side, but walking around the base of the tree, you do eventually see a fairly large round door set into the roots on one side, with a
Is this
pathway
like-
leading up to it.
Is this like brick height door again?
Brick would be able to walk into it without ducking.
Nice.
I'm trying to get a gauge for how the size
Yeah.
of things are here.
This tree is definitely the kind where you could lean as far back as possible and still not be able to see all of it.
It's impressive. Well, Kasumi? Zaan will open the door. Ladies first.
Okay. Rolls in.
Okay.
Well, Chanel, everyone in.
Okay. As soon as you all step in through the large round door, the air seems to change a little bit. It's not quite as humid. One would expect it to be fairly dark inside, maybe lit by torches, but once inside, it seems like a copy of the sky from outside exists within the tree's interior. Birds are chirping, insects thrum, and the sounds of a babbling brook passing by, or is passing through the space. It feels very much like walking into a very well-kept garden. There are flowers, hedges, potted plants, and directly in front of you along the path, there's a little small bridge that runs over the brook that you had heard before. And on the other side, there's just a wooden desk sitting in the middle of this garden, and behind it is another water ganassi that you can see some family resemblance, but there's still some significant differences. The hair is tied back in dreadlocks. One arm is completely free of the robes that he's wearing. And the gentleman there waves a hand, greets you. Brick, you understand him. Hello and welcome to the garden bathhouse. How might I, Chippewack, be of service to you today?
I look at the others in common. What services do we want?
Zana's gonna gesture. Do all of Brick. It's really probably still covered in,
Ink.
eldritch. And gesture to himself. Which was also
as you are speaking in common, he changes his words. My apologies, force of habit. Welcome to the garden bathhouse.
Wait.
Since you
what?
all seem to be new here, the public men's can be 50 copper. Same for the public women's. If you are, and he kind of looks between the four of you, friendly with one another. A private bath will cost you 5 gold.
Smashes 5 gold on that fucking counter.
I am confused. I thought, sir, are you not the mayor of this town?
I do not know this word.
Super mayor? Or, king? Person in charge of the city.
No. That would be the Empress Izel.
Empress. That's a new term. High ranking, I assume. Another super mayor.
Seems
So-
probably the equivalent of a queen.
How do you spell that?
Izel.
Probably exactly how it sounds.
Just making sure. You never know with this place.
No. I didn't expect that either. I was expecting like 7 or 8 letters, and half of them were silent.
Bonus action bird fuckers.
Oh, like, that's totally fine.
What other clientele are around, or is it just us that we see?
You don't see anyone else. You do see 3 doors. One to the left, one to the right, and one in the middle behind the desk. Just they seem to be set into the hedges. But you don't hear any other voices. You just hear the birds chirping, and it just seems very calm in here, very kind of peaceful. He takes the 5 gold from Zaan, and he walks towards the center door, and you see he reaches out towards it, and there's a sigil, and his fingers do an odd dance around the exterior ring, and it flares bright, turns the handle, opens it, and it looks almost like there's a whole other room past that door that shouldn't exist. And he kind of gives you a one-armed, like a one arm around his midsection, bows and gestures within. The room is yours for as long as you need.
It's like our cause. It's awesome. Thank you very much. And Zaan's gonna push Pez in front of him.
Excuse you, sir. I have feet. I could walk.
I know how much you love these places. I'm just trying to make sure I help. Here you go. Come on, Pez. Come on, Brick. Come on, Kasumi.
We're following.
So you all go in?
Just walking.
Okay, just making sure there wasn't going to be any fighting to stop or anything.
No.
So you step within, and the door shuts behind you. And as you turn and look, the door is just kind of there. There's nothing it's attached to. It seems just like a vast open field of flowers as far as the eye can see. And in the middle is just a large rectangular bath. The water is steaming. There are different lounge chairs around the side of it. baskets of cloth and silk robes, towels. There's little shelves scattered around that seem to have different bottles of perfume and soaps.
Said silk robes.
Brick, instead of going to the water, is seeing how the room is set up enchanted wise, and he's gonna like wonder if this is a pocket dimension or illusion, and he's just gonna start walking in a direction to see if he hits a wall.
You start walking. You're walking. You're walking. The three of you just... I guess Brick just decided to fuck off that way.
Well, there he goes.
Okay.
Our boy's grown up. He's off on his own adventure.
Brick, where are you going? Brick!
I want to see if it's a pocket dimension or illusion. I'm looking for a wall.
Why?
I'm curious.
Can't you just ask?
Brick stops. But that's not as fun.
Brick, why don't you... No, because...
You're having to shout. Brick walked away.
Brick trudges back over.
If you want to see what's there, just make sure you hurry, because bath and food.
Oh, wait, I got a better idea. And I snap my fingers and mortar pops in.
Oh.
Okay, mortar pops into existence.
Go see if you could find an edge.
You see mortar fly off into the distance. Flying. Dead. No. No, you send mortar off, and he flies away for a long while. This field of flowers just goes.
Wow. Pocket dimension it is. Cool.
Or
And I'll snap my fingers to pop him out of existence, pop him back in next to me.
You see this little tiny speck just...
feathers.
He's dead.
Then I'll pop him back in on my shoulder.
Ah,
Anything?
it's a ghost of him, mortar.
Oh, right, you can hear him. Just... Flowers as far as the eye can see. Nothing to eat.
Yes. Oh. Does anyone have any jerky?
We
I was hoping for
Zaan is
a
gonna
mouse.
gesture to the meat that was also put in your bag.
Oh, right. I'll take out like a sausage link or something.
Kind of bites it with the beak and just...
But a pro.
No!
God damn
I
it!
knew that was coming. I thought the same thing. I was like, no, I'm not gonna say it, and then never mind.
regret everything.
Line over the line.
I'm not gonna do a gif of that.
Moving on.
Well, I am covered in salt, eldritch, and blood. Taking a bath.
Brick just walks over to the edge and
I was waiting for it. Where
Belly
Brick has done this before, it's a little disheartening because the last time it sort of just filled everything after he plopped in. But this time you see him do it and you're all like, no. And he falls in and the dirt and goop and oil and all of it does start to seep away from him, but it goes a little ways and then it just seems to stop being.
Yes! Okay.
Yeah.
Zaan's going to unarmor and keep his shorts-ish, or whatever he has underneath that, on to be presentable.
oh please, we all know Zaan would just
Fine, he rips those fucking pants off fucking
Yeah, I was about to say, come on. You really
Don't
expect me to
lie.
believe that Zaan would have chivalry?
Zaan has fucking cannonballed into this pool with no regrets. Fucking butt-ass naked.
Kasumi grabs one of her tails and puts it over her eyes.
I shield Hamburger's eyes. Nope.
Brick is just lying at the bottom of the pond, like face up, so all he see with like butt cheeks coming in is like, no.
God. Kasumi still with face behind tail. Is it normal for friends to take baths together? I don't think that's normal where I'm from.
I do
No.
it. I did it all the time with my friends in Rokasin. Why not? What have you got to lose?
Kasumi, you are aware of bathhouses in Takatari. The mixed baths is a little bit questionable, but the regular onsens, they are public baths.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
ladies in one room,
Yeah.
men in the other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just making sure that was a normality for you. This is while not unheard of, it's not normal.
She's very much feeling out of place right now.
Time to go find a
am
wall.
too.
You need to get clean. I'm not going to do anything inappropriate. Jeez.
And Brick pops his head out of the water. And I'm, and submerges again.
Ooga, ooga.
Dive, dive, dive. Zaan is going to enjoy are these warm, cool, like...
It's fairly steamy. It's a comfortable heat.
Zaan is going to fucking... just fucking bath himself up like nobody's fucking business. It's been a minute and he wants a bath.
Is anyone
Pez,
going to
come on.
attempt? Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Pez!
The first things
Yes.
first, I'm going to whisper to Hamburger, since, again, I can still talk to him.
Well, how long does Speak with Animals last?
1 hour?
Oh, never mind.
You're reaching
10
the
minutes.
end of the hour. 10 minutes?
Takes 10 minutes.
It's been
I
way longer than
cast
10
it
minutes.
again.
Okay.
So, Hamburger. I want you to embody Piranha.
Drunken piranha engaged.
Boof! Hamburger face plants into the water.
Piranha!
And you kind of see, like, he's kind of swimming, like it's sort of working, but it is not graceful whatsoever.
Do I see this?
It's kind of hard to miss. There is a sploosh, and you just see Pez just... Unless you're trying
What's
to
he
hide
doing?
it.
No.
Okay.
What is he doing?
He's swimming. Don't worry about it.
Actually, I need to stop the market because there's not a...
He's
Looking
sure?
for a worm.
I sure hope you aren't going to have him bite the guy who deals with lightning in water.
He's swimming. Don't worry.
Okay. Zaan's gonna go back to bathing himself.
Brick pops
Okay.
his head out again. Are you joining us?
Here's the thing. There's no changing room in here. So,
There is... Forgot to mention the, what do you call them?
the room
little-
divider?
Yeah, the little foldy screen things. Yeah,
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. And you said there's robes over there?
There's robes, there's towels. Yeah.
Silk robes.
Okay.
Are these meant to be wet?
Pez,
Uh-huh.
what's Hamburger's attack modifier?
His attack modifier is a +2.
2.
No, +4 to hit.
Brick.
Mm-hmm.
Does a 23 hit?
Considering I don't have my shield at the ready because I'm relaxed. Yes.
What's his damage dice?
1d6 +2.
You take 4 points of piercing damage as you just feel this on your foot.
I look down, and instead of removing him, seeing Pez still above the water, and knowing he doesn't like water, and that he instigated this somehow, I'm going to lightning lure him into the water.
I was waiting for that.
So, Pez, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Doesn't lightning lure also hurt?
Only if I pull you all the way towards me.
Well, joke's on you. My strength is +0, so... Wait, strength saving throw? Oh, shit, I have a +4? How is Pez strong?
That's
You
probably
won an
your
arm wrestling
proficiency.
contest.
True. 16 plus 4. So,
Dirty 20.
Yeah,
30-20.
yeah, that beat it.
So
So a little string of lightning just whips out and wraps around your ankle, and you feel a tug.
Am I going in? Or no?
No, you're not. Not unless you want to.
Nope. I ain't going in.
It fizzles.
Bitch, you trying to get me wet?
At this
While
point,
I'm
Brick stands back up and just puts arms under armpits, lifts you up, and just
I'm
whoosh
still
into the
wet.
water.
So you just slam dunked Pez.
Yeah, I just pick him up
Do you resist?
I can't.
You can. You can resist if you want to let it happen. That's fine.
It already happened.
Okay.
Fully dressed.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Koosh.
And I'm not gentle about it either. I like pull him up and just.
I had the perfect gift.
You would. All right. Well, Pez, you are fully clothed, fully geared. I need you to make an acrobatics. No, hold on. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
The deck
he'll be
save.
fine.
You are fully armored and fully kitted out, and you're in a pool.
19 plus 8.
You don't start drowning.
Oh,
You are very heavy, and even more so now because you are wet. And there's quite a bit of panic as you really want to get out of the water.
I'm assuming all the viscera trickles away from not only scales but also clothing.
What is able to come off from the initial dunking? You would have to scrub to really get stuff off. But yeah, the water immediately around you is kind of nasty, and much like with Brick, it starts to fizzle once it gets like a foot and a half away from you. It's like the water is sort of just getting rid of it on its own.
That's a good point. I probably want to do that too. Kasumi, you all okay, officer?
She's unfazed by what's happening. She, like, by the time she got behind the screen, that's when that happened, and she's just like,
You just hear
okay.
kaboosh.
She grabs 2 towels. She's gonna wrap one around her waist and then one around her neck and just have it go down. And she is going to continue to wear them as she gets into the tub.
Okay. I'm assuming as far away as possible from the shenaniganry.
I'm actually not doing any shenanigans.
Very delicately, toe in.
It feels really nice.
See? This was a good idea, Kasumi.
I was picturing it with less people, but okay.
Well, I'm sorry to be such a burden.
It's not
And
that.
Zan will turn away.
Brick pokes his head up again. Should have spoken up.
Before I could even fathom what was happening, we were already being showed into a room.
Zaan was on a mission.
At this point, Zan is facing away from you. I'm pretty sure. How deep is this water?
You standing up in kind of the middle of it, it's kind of up to your shoulder. It's fairly deep. It's meant to be able to kind of relax in. And there is a sort of like half step around the edge for being able to kind of sit and, yeah, the bench. It goes all the way around. But in the center, Zaan, it's just below your shoulders. So Pez, technically you could stand in there and just kind of like keep your head up.
Yeah, like
your frills actually look like
frills.
they're supposed to be doing what they've been doing for the last
Damn, yeah.
3 months.
Yeah.
that
I-
happened back in the West, like after
Oh,
the
yeah.
Duke. Man.
Yeah. Yeah, they're still going, and they look like a lily pad.
Brick reaches into his pack and he's just like, I forgot I had this.
That's why I brought this out.
Perfect time.
Hold,
What'd you
please.
do? Well, if he breathes gills, if he grows gills, at least he won't suffocate.
But then I'll have to
Yes.
breathe.
Yeah, underwater.
Would
Get
you
him a
roll-
fishbowl for his helmet.
True.
I rolled a 93. I think
Dead.
that's a new one.
Oh.
It's high. I'm curious now.
Instant death.
What color were your eyes?
They're still currently blue, aren't they?
Blue,
We're still
okay.
have blue energy, right?
So, Brick's eyes that are normally just a fairly normal shade of blue lighten a little.
Huh.
Blind.
You can you can see in the dark for 4 hours.
What happened?
Things are a little bit brighter.
sure.
Shadows are much brighter.
Oh, some sort of dark vision. That's new.
See how long it lasts for.
Okay.
Kid.
I handed
Just
over.
the lily pad.
He just
Actually,
uncorks
instead
it,
of-
shoves it into the.
Yeah, I was about to say, instead of handing it over, I just tip it.
Feed the lily pad of the pool.
All right.
Guys,
See what you get.
Excalibur.
69.
No way.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Oh no, he grows 3 dicks and 4 balls.
He changes gender. Please tell me I'm right. Please tell me I'm right.
The lily pad smacks his lips. Then you see his eyes get kind of heavy.
Oh no.
Then he just falls asleep.
Someone get him.
What? What's wrong?
He's asleep.
I pick him up so he doesn't drown, and I like set him on the edge. This is strong stuff. I'm gonna take
Son,
another
this is
swig.
exactly what happened to you when you took a swig.
What? I didn't. No, I don't believe you.
When we first found this.
I don't remember drinking that.
No, you had a couple of drinks. It was a long time ago.
When we first found this in the hidden village, you know, with Kid Black. Yeah. You took a swig of it and then you passed out.
Oh. It's a big fun. I wonder how long he'll be out for.
I don't know. We had to wake you with magic last time.
31, by the way.
You took another drink?
Yeah, of course I did.
Oh my god.
I just either you want a sip.
No.
I'm good. I enjoy eating tonight.
Had enough chaos for today.
What? No, we haven't.
Slam.
You said a 31?
Yeah.
You all look over at Brick, holding your breath. You see on his forehead, a line appears,
Oh.
opens up, and a third blue eye appears.
Oh. I see everything.
Your perception skill is increased by 2
Oh.
for 4 hours.
I see all.
Not a good
Zaan,
look.
Zaan turns towards him. He's also naked.
I see too much.
It's like turns towards him. What's that mean? He's naked.
How long am I out for?
We will find out.
Cool.
Zaan is going to get out and go get his armor and clothing and pull it over to the waters and start
Cleaning it.
fucking cleaning it.
That's
I guess Brick will also make himself presentable. Wants to make a good first impression.
Hey, hamburger. Hamburger.
Is he still on my foot?
No, he had to come up for air eventually.
I don't know if you can understand me, but why don't you try to go wake up your father?
Hamburger waddles over, sopping wet, kind of tilts his head one way and the other, starts kind of like pecking at Pez's face, kind of like slapping it with his little claws, giving him a little shove.
Does it seem to be working, DM?
No.
Do I have... I don't.
Brick.
Yep.
Do you think he would wake up if I,
remember, I'm wet.
if I, put my butt in his face?
Brick just like palms his face and just like, no.
Oh, okay, well, never mind then.
I mean, maybe if you farted in his face.
9. I haven't eaten enough meat for that.
Oh look, Kasumi's in fox form.
Scratch, 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 scratch.
Oh.
Well, this is really nice. How's your bath going, Kasumi? Are you enjoying Zapatas?
Macaroni. Take that
It
as
is
a yes.
nice.
Oh.
That is good. So, when we finish here, which shouldn't be too much longer, you guys want to go look at that final rest inn? Sit down, talk about things, kind of figure out the plan for what we're going to do here. Brick is going to tell us what the fuck is going on.
There would be no such thing.
Probably gonna have to carry Pez.
That shouldn't be a problem.
I want to see him like the passed out corgi in the back of Brick's little spider backpack. Just...
It's like I literally don't have anything to get him up, unfortunately. I've got healing spells, nothing more than that anymore.
I think it would take
Wait! DM,
Hi.
can I command him to awaken?
You can certainly try.
This is the land that must be taken.
So how would that
that
work?
work?
He has to make a save, so since he's asleep, would he just automatically fail?
You can certainly try.
I am going to try. Let me see what the lowest level spell slot I can spend on this is. I will cast command at first level, since it only is going to affect one person. Awaken.
You cast a spell, you feel the energy leave your fingertips towards Pez. He gives one loud snort. Continues to sleep.
Well, don't know what I can do.
Well, guess what?
What?
Brick, you get to carry him now because it was your idea.
That's fine.
I think he already said he was going to.
Regardless.
Well. Does anybody want to be dried off?
Eh,
Oh, that's
I'll do
right,
it
there are
naturally.
towels. I was about to say, that's right, there are towels here. Zaan will get out again and go get a towel.
So, for the time being, you all enjoy your bath. Pez enjoys his nap. And as you are getting ready to leave and carry on with your day, that's where we're going to take a quick break. So we're going to get some snacks, and do some other things, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. So don't go too terribly far. We'll be back to see what Backpack Pez looks like. Don't go too far. And we are back.
hello.
So, last we left off but a moment ago, the Tempests were enjoying a pleasant private bath at the garden bathhouse. The jug of many things was passed around. Pez passed the fuck out. And Brick sprouted a third eye.
Yes.
Zaan was cleaning his armor, and Kasumi, during the break, told me that there was one more thing she wished to do.
So Kasumi is going to stay in the bath and wait until everyone else gets out of the tub. So, is there anything anyone else wanted to do before this?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, I'm doing it.
So, well, you're sleeping. I was like, what are you going to do? You're
Whether
asleep.
he wanted to do it or not, he's fucking doing it.
So once everyone gets out, Kasumi is going to shapeshift back into fox form. And she's just going to start flopping around in that water. You know, doing a little doggy paddle, floating on her back, just very much getting that fur clean. And then she's going to hop out.
On her back, tail's doing a bit of a rudder.
Her tails. And then she's going to hop out, vigorously shake. And then she's going to start doing that thing where she's like on her back rolling around in the grass.
Yeah. And there's plenty there's plenty to frolic in.
Yep. So she just has that little ritual she's going to do before she gets ready to leave.
Okay.
You having fun, Kasumi?
No words, just happy sounds from a fox.
Take that as a yes.
So eventually the little fox darts behind the divider, shapeshifts back, changes. You are all ready to go. Pez is still sopping wet, passed out. What do you all do?
Well, at least he's still dressed.
What's the
I'm
plan?
dressed now.
I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about Pez. At least we didn't have to physically redress him.
Yes, it's okay.
I just pick him up by an ankle and start like carrying him out.
Like just like
Yep.
one leg, the other's that way, and okay.
Yep.
All right.
So, do you all want to go to Savannah Rest Inn, get food, and figure out what we are going to do here? Okay.
I mean, we only have to be here for another day-ish.
Why?
Now that we're allowed to leave.
Oh, that's right, because of your thingy, right? Oh, no, that's right, because it was a card. Right.
We are kind of on a timetable.
Yeah. So, well, I'm sorry, you won't die anytime soon. So, go to the door and leave? Like, walk out?
Okay. So you all head towards the door. There is a handle. You don't see the same arcane runes that were on the other side. But you open the door and you see the back of Chippewack standing there by the desk. And he turns as you exit and he goes, "Ah, well, you all look..." And he kind of tilts his head at Pez.
He had too much to
"Refreshed and
drink."
Oh. The heat will do that. We do pride ourselves in being as comfortable as possible. So
I hold out the jug. Would you like a swig?
No!
Oh, dear God, please.
perhaps later I do not partake while I'm on the job.
Kasumi shouts
Fair enough.
no.
Well, now I will.
Way to ruin the joke. It's enchanted. It's nothing harmful.
No,
I think.
trust me, you don't want anything that is in that jug. Look at his forehead.
And just bleak.
Well, regardless, I hope you enjoyed your stay. If there is any other way that I can be of service, please let me know.
Yes, that is the fire rest inn from here.
Oh. It's quite close, actually. If you head out of here, you will see the Tlazocatl Temple. If you follow it around to the left, you honestly cannot miss it.
Thank you much for the directions.
Of course.
Brick, since you actually can read everything that is here, please lead us.
Okay. All right. And I kind of like flip Pez over, grab him by his back, fireman carry, and just walk out.
Okay. You walk out, and there's just a tiny little as Hamburger is running after you all. So you exit the garden bathhouse and you step outside, and you had seen it before, but you didn't know what it was, and now it has a name. The Temple to Tlazolcoatl. It is a fairly monumental structure. It's of a tiered ziggurat style, but instead of it all being one level, second level, next level, it seems like that tiered system coils around it. And as you head around, walking past it, following the directions you were given before, you see little groups of people walking up along the pathway, heading up towards the summit, it looks like. And as you get around towards the other side, you see past it is that very tall lighthouse-looking structure in the distance. And as you continue along, you do see that the bay the big central lighthouse is in the middle, and it kind of comes towards you and then rings out into a sort of like... I'm trying to think of how best to describe it. It's like there's two bays in one. And that large, singular lighthouse-looking structure is in the dead center in a little, like, peninsula jutting out into it. All of you make a perception check, except for Pez.
What's mine?
Oh, hey, I actually have increase in perception right now.
You have a +2 to that.
14.
14?
23.
23?
9.
9.
9!
You're still a bit miffed at your companions still being dumbasses and drinking from the jug, and you're kind of torn between looking around and admiring this place and making sure those fuckers don't do it again. Brick, you're more enraptured by the different buildings as you're walking by. You're looking for names, lettering, the architecture, mainly looking for the final rest inn as you've been instructed to by Zaan. Zaan, you are the only one that really kind of looks out towards the lighthouse, and you see towards the top of it, looks like there's small dinghies up there, very small boat silhouettes. And then a bird.
I have questions when we get to the end. I think there are boats on that building. But I don't know.
Cool.
The questions I have answered.
Are we still
Rick?
walking?
Yes.
As we're walking, I would like to pickpocket Brick.
Well.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Hold on, because it's in the bag. Let me, because there are some...
There are some rules to the spider bag.
Mm-hmm. So you are going to have a disadvantage on this.
However, I'm going to say that she has advantage, which would negate it because you are highly distracted.
Fair.
So, singular roll.
Okay. Here goes.
Damn it, Ian.
Nat 20.
damn it, Ian, why couldn't you just let me have this?
Because you have said on multiple occasions, you're not saying anything because you're looking at everything.
That's fair. Okay, I can accept that. So yeah, so when you reach your hand in, it's very sticky because it's all like webbed inside. So you're just like,
She is determined. She is determined to be silent as a mouse, and she's getting that goddamn jug out of there.
With a natural 20, you have been around your companions for long enough. You know their mannerisms, you know their habits. You see Zaan, and like every ounce of him is that way. Radar dishes that way. Eyes that way. He's looking, trying to figure out what the fuck's going on there. Brick is just holding Pez and just like, this place is great.
The total roll was 33, by the way.
Jesus.
Fuck. You take the whole bag off of him for as far as he's concerned. But no,
No.
wait, what's your
Just
wait?
the jug.
What's your modifier to that?
I have plus 13 for sleight
And
of hand.
That's because that's one of your proficiencies, right?
Yeah.
Oh, then she would have got it no matter what, because even
I
at
am
disadvantage,
rogue.
unless she rolled a natural 1.
well, so that's the thing. I have been looking into reliable talent. It negates natural ones.
I thought it was 9-2.
Anything under a 10.
Under 10.
Wow.
Just for the proficiency thing.
It,
So I
if she
have to
doesn't
be
have
proficient.
proficiency in it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But-
So that magic item got totally negated either way. That's so funny.
You get the jug. The jug is yours again.
I'm just going to slip that into my bag.
I suddenly feel 1 pound lighter.
No, you don't, because you were carrying Pez.
Exactly.
I suddenly feel 2 pounds heavier.
I suddenly feel a little bit more lopsided.
That is true, because you would be encumbered with coin weight.
With what?
He has yet to have disabled coin weight. So he has been
Forgot about that.
encumbered since episode 16. Something along those lines. I'm gonna have to, someone needs to fact check me on that. So Brick, very
Gene, when you get to this point, fact check him.
very dutifully and purposefully, thank you, Gene. Brick, you lead them along, and it's really not that difficult to find this structure. Though it is a little ominously named, it is a very large, sprawling complex. And it looks like there are multiple wings that fan out from a central location. And it's odd. All the buildings here are fairly similar looking. The central part of this structure looks very much like the surrounding areas, but the two wings that you're really able to see look completely different architecture. And Zaan, as enraptured as you are by this lighthouse that has some sort of boat-looking things towards the surface, as Brick calls your attention forward, you have to do a double take because that's a Rokusing longhouse. And Kasumi,
Zaan, increase the speed! Increase speed now!
You see, perfectly adjacent to that on the other side is a very familiar looking structure to you. It has the swooping buildings to send spirits back up into the stratosphere. It has the kind of squared out paper looking sliding doors and windows, and you all kind of have to stop. Brick just keeps on going because he doesn't fucking know, but you two have to kind of pause for a moment and make sure you're seeing what you're seeing. Like, just little slices of home are here.
So, after this processes, Zaan is going to go to Plaid as he gets to the place.
So he's standing there, and then there's a slightly furred-shaped outline remaining as he just goes off. So you rush off towards the main structure, And do the rest of you take off after him, or are you a more leisurely pace?
I mean, he runs past him. Like,
We might want to see why he's running.
You can obviously see why he's running. The building doesn't look normal.
Okay. So, Zaan, you get there first, and you relatively, like, jumping kick the door open, landing, skidding to a stop. And inside, the room it's fairly dark. There are some low torches that give off a little bit more of a reddish-orange hue than what a normal torch would really kind of give off. The interior marble is very dark with browns and blacks, and seems to have some gold veins going through the columns that support the roof. And at the back of this main foyer with red tapestries, carpets, a few chairs, but it seems very Spartan in this main kind of lobby area. There is a tiefling gentleman sitting at the desk, heavily tattooed. He kind of has a mustache goatee combo that kind of goes up along the jawline to his ears. Red robe. His hands, it's tough to tell if they are dirty, if they're tattooed black, or if that's just the color of his skin. But he kind of has clawed fingertips, and he has what looks like some sort of like long, for lack of a better word, a very skinny sort of cigar, and he's sitting there smoking it, and the lantern below just kind of gives this real sort of ominous vibe to him.
Cigarette is what you're thinking.
Huh?
Cigar.
Well, it's cigarette shaped, but it's not a cigarette.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sorry, got distracted talking about him. Didn't actually post him. So he looks up from the books that he had been leaning over. He goes, "Good day to you, sir. How might we help you here at the final rest?"
This place looks of Rokasine. Where is it?
And if you wish to rent a room in the Rokasing Ring, they would be that way. However, it will cost you 1 gold per night.
That does not faze me in the very least, sir. I appreciate you letting me know. I do have another question for you, if you do not mind. I was told that this place had very good food. Is that also determined by the areas that you stay in?
He kind of leans back in his chair, pulls the cigar from his mouth. You are a quick one. We delve into the delicacies of our guests.
I am going to spend an absurd amount of money here, I feel.
How long do you wish to stay? And it's about this time that the other two of you show up. Excuse me, I will be with you 3 in a moment.
We're all together. Don't worry about it.
Very well. How many rooms?
Well, so guys and girl, so they have stuff from. You have stuff from all the areas around here. It looks like.
You take a moment to look around, and there are 5 different doors, and around each door they are very highly influenced by the region. So you look, if you're facing the desk, the first on your left looks very similar to Zaan's home country of Rokasing. Heavy woods, firs hanging from the front side of it. To the right of that, marble columns, very bright blues, and standing braziers. Dead in the middle, more masonry stonework, very akin to the Knightly Kingdoms where you had just been. To the right of that, you see what looks to be the exterior of a saloon-styled structure. Very, very heavily wood, very clean cut. Unfortunately, Pez is knocked the fuck out, so he doesn't really get to enjoy this. And to the right of that would be more Takatari design with a sliding paper door and the hanging kind of paper lanterns out front of it.
So they're right next to each other?
There's door, 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 door.
Ah, so it's like a themed hotel. Got it.
Yeah.
Probably obvious which one I want to stay in.
So, can we go to any of these areas to eat, or do we have to stay in the ones that we rent the room in to eat?
He kind of opens his mouth and then closes it. That is not a question I have been asked before. Most who come to visit want a little slice of home and they stay at their home. But I would say if... And he kind of is now looking around at all of you, and he kind of sees the ass of Pez, doesn't know what the fuck he's looking at, so he's really just looking at the three of you. Judging by... And he kind of looks towards Kasumi. Your attire and yours? And he looks a little confused at Brick of why he would want to be staying here. He definitely looks more local. If you rent the room, you can visit one another and partake of the food.
Zana's gonna just slowly tilt his head over to Kasumi.
What?
Kasumi,
What?
I want to try some of the food from your country.
Okay. She looks kind of confused as to why he seems so, like,
Aggressive.
aggressive about it.
Oh no, it's more just he's holding back more enthusiasm because he's actually genuinely excited to be here.
Okay.
Like, it is neat to have a nice slice of home, but he's also like, he's been to the Night Kingdoms, he's been to
The West.
the West. Thank you. Sorry, I couldn't remember if there's something more than just the West.
It's all good.
Yeah.
He's eaten at Rugasin, and he's gonna love that, but he hasn't really tried any genuine shit from your country yet.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
it's just,
if you guys all want to go in that area, that's fine with me.
if I'm going to be sleeping I'm going to definitely be renting a room in the Brokasine area and eating there. But I will
Oh.
also be eating from your area too, if you do not mind.
I'm not in charge.
Not to burst your bubble, but I am a busy man. Are you renting rooms or not?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. How much?
1 gold per night.
Okay. Kusumi slaps 2 gold on the countertop and hands them. Here you go.
And I will
This
put. Yeah.
Covers the lady. Man with the ears.
Hey, mein Herren gone. Regardless, yes, he pays the man. For we're just staying one night, right?
That's all we need.
I gave 2 just in case.
He pays the man.
And you, sir, we do allow pets. It is okay. You just pay for your own.
Okay, and just put 1 gold on the counter.
I accept.
You're a lizard pet.
I was honestly waiting for the meow.
Wrong campaign.
So, Brick, what area are you going to stay in?
Does it make a difference to me?
Do you not want to experience one of our homeland to a degree?
I am curious about Rukasin, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I want to go to Kasumi to try her food first. But after that, we will feast.
Well.
And feast.
He collects your coins, and he pulls out various keys. Kasumi, you get one that's, it looks jade, and you kind of get excited, but then you take it, and it feels more metal than jade.
Artificial, yeah.
Artificial, but it does have a very beautifully carved, ornate, that's what I'm looking for.
Intricate design.
Yeah, but not the key part, but the top bit. I can't. I'm blanking on what that part of the key is called. The head, I guess. I don't actually think I know what it's called.
The base of the key.
Zaan and Brick, you both get your own individual keys. They're a little more crude. They look to be sort of wrought iron, and just a very simple sort of rounded square keyring part of it. Your food is provided. You provide your key, and they will feed you. Enjoy your stay. If you need anything, I am Miatkin.
Oh,
Thank you.
How rude of me. Nice to meet
Napkin?
you.
You're asleep. Shut up.
How do you spell the innkeeper's name again?
Miatkin.
Got it right first try.
Okay. So, where to first?
I mean, I want to follow.
Yeah, I
what
know.
Kasumi's gonna do.
You said that you had the different areas. Just like, which one do you want to go into first? You want to go into Kasumi's?
Kasumi's. Yes,
Okay.
because I want to try Kasumi and then feast in mine.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So you go to the entryway into the Takatari area. You open the door, and much like the garden bathhouse, you're expecting, especially considering the room that you were in that was kind of dark and low light, it's very bright. Almost like there's a sky. You look at it and you think that it's a sky, but it seems to be more just a painted ceiling. But there are very familiar trees planted around. There's bonsais, some cherry blossoms off in the distance, and it seems like the rooms are sort of made to be individual little homes, like little houses, and all along the way is what do you call them? The stone gardens, and a singular path going down, and they each split off, and they're not like very angular. They're kind of offset slightly. So as you're going along the path to get to one, you kind of have to do a little arcing swirl to get to this one, and then there's another one that goes, and as it goes to that one, there's a off-branching swirl that kind of continues that pattern. It's absolutely gorgeous. Here and there you see various servants in very familiar garb that you were used to. Some of them are carrying trays of tea, food trays, little food carts, and as you pass by one of them, they step to the side and give a little bow as you pass by, and you look at your key and you see the number and you find the little domicile that would be yours, and you get up into it, and without even thinking about it, you stop, kick off your shoes, take a step inside, and you kind of look behind and go at your compatriots like,
Shoes.
Zaan doesn't wear
have
shoes. He's
shoes.
got fuzzy feet.
Well,
No shoes.
your pet.
Pez's shoes. If you want to set him down. I mean, I know he's sleeping, but it's only respectful.
Wait.
He'll walk into the room and
Where?
just.
Do you wear shoes, Pez? I didn't think you wore shoes.
Yeah, cowboy boots. My claws dig through the front.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I guess, yeah.
He walks into the room and just drops him.
Oh, that's not nice.
Oh,
Doesn't
Zaan's
stir.
gonna, lean over and adjust it, put him like he's leaning against the wall and make sure Hamburger is...
Really? You're going to be normal in how you position him?
And I stick one finger up his nose. There you
Thank you.
go. Feel
Now there's
bad
more
for
of
the
a whistle.
dude.
Okay, so Pez is set up in the corner where he can continue snoozing. It amuses me that you guys are just like nowhere near concerned that he's still asleep.
I literally can't do anything about it.
I don't have to spell
Anyway.
magic.
yeah. We occasionally make sure he's still breathing.
So it is a very, very familiar sort of style. You have the sitting room with the low table and cushions. Towards the back and to the right, you see the rolled up futon. This is probably making you fairly homesick.
Mm-hmm.
And towards the front, after you've kind of done a little loop around, and you go back to where you had shucked off your shoes, there seems to be a a copper bell with a little red tassel hanging off the side, and a little note written in Takatari and Common saying, ring for service.
Oh. Okay. Well, this is a little slice of home. The tables are low because we sit on the floor.
Bye.
It is custom. You said you wanted to learn about the culture.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I did.
You're
Zon's
more
going through
worried
his
about
head.
the food.
Yeah, no, the culture's important too. No, please continue.
Okay. I'm going to ring for service, and they'll bring food.
Okay.
Just ding-a-ling.
You ring the little bell, and you set it back down. And a few minutes go by, and eventually you hear a soft knock at the door.
Open.
You open it up, and there in front of you is a very pretty human female, kimono and all. She has a little tray kind of clasped in front of her. She gives a little bow. Hello, honored guests. How may I assist you today?
We would love some food. And some tea.
Is there preferences?
Well, we have some people who have never eaten food from this culture, so we would...
She kind
We
of
do
just
have variety.
slowly leans to the side.
Yeah, those guys. Could we do a variety?
I can... Yes.
Okay, because I have my favorite. But they have not tried anything yet.
Anything to drink or just the food?
Sake.
Hot?
Sure.
Give me a few moments. I will return soon.
Thank you.
Or someone else will return. And
Would Zan have heard of sake before? Truthfully, I don't actually know.
You're an alcoholic. You've probably heard Kasumi talking about it at the very least.
Fair is fair, I guess.
Oh, God.
Okay, so she disappears, or goes off back down the pathway, and another 15-20 minutes or so go by, and you hear another knock at the door, and standing there is not the same girl, but a larger male dragonborn, similar kimono style, but a little bit less done up. He definitely just seems to be more kind of the muscle, for lack of a better word. And he has a fairly large platter that he's holding, and he gives a slight head bow so he doesn't, fucking tip the whole thing. Steps inside, shucks off his shoes, goes into where the dining area is, and he sets it down. And there's a plethora of different types of food. There's rice, sushimi. What do you call the little octopus tentacle things?
Calamari?
Calamari. Thank you. Sushi rolls. You've got a large thing of hot sake and 3 of the little cups. It's veritable little smorgasbord.
Thank you.
He gives another little bow of his head, grunts once, and lets himself out, shuts the door behind.
So Kasumi just makes herself nice and comfy and sits, on her knees down at the table. And she just kind of gestures. Enjoy.
Zan will do the same, but a little awkwardly because he's still wearing fucking armor.
Brick, whip out your D20, boy. Start rolling. Or, so, you can either do for each individual one, or I can let you roll, 2 or 3 and just kind of get a general idea of, an average of how you feel.
I'll roll like an average.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay, so we've got a 6, a 13, and a 4. So I would say there's maybe 1 or 2 dishes that he's like, oh, it's pretty good. The rest of them are like, not my cup of tea.
So probably going to lean towards some of the raw stuff. You're not as much of a big a fan of. It's a bit chewier than what you would really
The ramen's
really
good.
like. But yeah, the kind of the rice and the more cooked meats are probably more to your liking. That's what you've really kind of like, for lack of a better word, honed your palate to, I guess.
Grown up on.
There you go.
For your short ass life.
Which is
Less than a year old.
yeah, you're a little over half a year at this point. I'll have to check the calendar and really look at that.
What's the line from DBZA is like, he's 11, I'm 6.
I'm 6. I think that's actually Double Artemis, but anyway. Oh no, I think it was in DBZ. Anyway,
It's
getting off
DBZ.
track.
Sorry.
So, you all sit down for a time, enjoy your food. Pez occasionally snorting in the corner as he's still knocked out.
So I do want to get fill a cup of sake. I'm gonna walk over to Pez, open the mouth.
Oh, that's cool.
It goes down without trouble. He can't really fight you.
Almost.
That was a choice.
Listen. If he's knocked out, he's knocked out one way or the other. If he's a little drunk when he wakes up, he'll be fine.
So, what do you think of the food, Zaan?
That's alright.
Did you try the dumplings? Some of my favorites.
What are those?
And she points at the dumplings on the table. They're stuffed
Are
with
these-
meat.
Stop it. Stop it. No.
Zan will try the dumplings. I'm gonna do the same thing as Brick, see if he likes them. Oh, he fucking likes them. This is very good. Yes, these are good. It is very different. I do not think your people eat in the quantities that mine usually do.
No. Well, sometimes. I think we eat more often.
Oh, I forgot about the sake. Oh, Brick loves
Kasumi
the
just
sake.
takes a dumpling and shoves it in her cheek.
Squirrels it.
I think you're probably going to sleep very well here tonight, huh? Do you want to keep Pez in here with you? Or do you want us... I'm not going to sleep for a while.
Yeah.
I'm more afraid to,
Well, it's actually getting well on into the evening, especially after the bath that you took. It was already like mid-afternoon when you crashed the boat and were still fighting Saedhir's grasp. You've spent maybe an hour in the garden bathhouse, so it's getting on in the evening. It's only a few more hours before sundown.
My only suggestion would be for Brick to take him because Brick doesn't need sleep and I do.
that is fair. Then may we leave him here until we are finished? No, wait. This will bring food to the room. No, never mind. Yeah, we'll bring him with us.
Okay. I'm feeling full and I will probably fall asleep shortly after you guys leave.
Brick's just still pouring cups of sake.
Are you enjoying that, Brick?
It's tasty.
You know that's alcoholic.
You do know that doesn't affect me, right?
I know, I'm just making you aware of it.
fuels me.
Just making you
I
aware.
have a drinking problem. It's only a problem when I run out.
I'm gonna be honest, I really want to go get some green dragon from Friday Tuna now.
Kasumi's just got the chopsticks and shoveling rice into her mouth.
Okay, Mulan.
Listen, she's hungry.
Thank you. This is a very... It's like Zaan's gonna just look at the room like, it's just a lot to take in. It's not that it's bad, it's just...
It is
Rokusin
very
made-
calm and very peaceful.
Yeah, Rokusin just makes sense to him, because it's obviously what he grew up on. This, he understands it makes sense to her, just, he's like, don't understand the table. I don't understand the doors. They literally do fucking nothing.
Yeah, they go this way.
They're made of paper.
You can
like,
punch
they
through
do very
them.
little. It's like
Whenever a brawl breaks out, someone's gonna go right through that door.
It's like their
Keep
houses
people
must
employed.
fall over all the fucking time. So it's like Zaan's just like smiles, like he tries to be somewhat respectful because he doesn't like. I mean, yeah, he's a dick sometimes, but he's not an asshole. He's not gonna walk over. He's not gonna walk over her culture. That's what she likes. So she is a friend, so he's gonna try to be respectful. Thank
right.
you for sharing.
Well,
It was actually quite good.
I was gonna say respectfully. What's the plan?
I want to go back over to Rokusin Koren. I want to fuck your body.
Okay.
So-
Kasumi, are you staying put? Or are you going? Or are you going with them? Brick,
She's
same to
gonna
you.
go with them just so she can know where their room is. She's not
Okay.
gonna stay very long, but
Okay.
I mean, Brick his, yeah, because he asked for Rokusin, so his room is gonna be over in that portion too.
We'll stick
Yeah.
in the same room and eat, and then everybody go to their own. You know.
Okay. And you, you're grabbing Pez, Brick. Okay.
Just dump the rest
So
of the sake.
you got your
down his
lizard
throat.
doggo. You dump the rest of the sake down Pez's.
Yep.
So you step on his foot, little trash can lid just. And just glug, 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 glug.
Let's go. Clunk.
he's gonna wake up and be trashed.
Okay.
Fucking hamburger got you smammered.
So you head back towards the door leading into the lobby. You see Miatkin still sitting there, and he's back working. Kind of looks up, tilts his head curiously, but doesn't say anything. And you all cross to the other side of the lobby. Zaan, you open the front door, and you are hit by a bombardment of sound, smells. It's kind of that musky sweatiness, and there's loud music, there's laughter. You swear there's the sound of a fight happening somewhere, and you're hit by all those senses before you even look inside. The rest of you, you feel once you step through the doorway, it's actually kind of cold. There's various fires that are you're able to get very close to and will warm you up, but if you stray a little ways away from them, you get a little bit of a chill. And in stark contrast to Kasumi's area of the inn, this is just one long room, and there are tables and spits and barrels that looks like people are gathered around it and are just filling up their mugs. Whereas with Kasumi's, there was room service. This looks like the kind of place where you go into the center and you just kind of help yourself to whatever's there. There are long tables. There are people dancing, and you kind of look further down, and there's definitely a fight going on over there. And along the sides of the walls, slightly less like with Kasumi's, where there's individual structures, these seem to just be straight walls with heavy, sturdy-looking doors.
This is what I am used to.
It's a bit loud.
Well, yeah. I mean, if there's going to be music and fights, it's not going to be quiet.
Brick
is
is
it
gonna
cold?
go find his room, open the door, chuck Pez in, close the door, and then go straight for the fight.
It's not just going to look at the door that was closed. Just like, think like, I hope he's okay.
For
Hope
future
he
reference,
landed okay.
he lands in there anime style, just face first, just sliding, and just perfect Pez pose.
Brick, 1 second. Zaan's going to grab his key, unlock it, open it, let the hamburger in, and then close it after.
Oh, so you threw Hamburger in with Pez?
No. I opened the door because I'm pretty sure Hamburger's just going to fucking follow him.
Oh, okay. So Brick, you go to the fight.
And I'm running full steam ahead, and then I jump both feet off the ground and just Superman through the air into whatever I find.
Make an attack roll.
What?
Since it's unarmed, it's gonna be that's +8, so 21.
21. You and you see one guy, he's grabbed another dude, and he's going for a punch, sees you, goes, ah! yeah! And you slam into him, taking him off. And the other guy is kind of like woozy from it. He's just like the room at that point kind of goes quiet for a bit. And then you just hear, yeah! And just, you get up and you just start throwing punch. Like, they hurt, but no one's looking to really hurt each other. It's just like a mosh pit. Like, punches are being thrown, but you get knocked down, someone grabs you by the shoulder, picks you up, dusts you off, and they just go, yeah, just punch somebody else in the face.
Alright, I just pick up a mug and chuck it across the room. I'm not even trying to hit someone, but it just bounces off someone's skull.
Man, Kasumi, this is my culture.
You go, Kasumi, this is my culture. Whang! I'll be right back.
Run up and flying double kick whoever threw that. If that was Brick, I'm double kicking Brick.
It was Brick.
Okay.
What is going on?
You are now kind of left alone as the boys have joined a brawl.
Brick does a 24 hit.
Yes, it does.
I flying double kick you in the chest.
So Kasumi, you were just overwhelmed by all of it. There's kind of this hazy smoke up in the ceiling from the fires that's sort of leaking out through the smaller vents. There's a fair few people that are kind of there, and they seem to be having a more calm conversation. They're drinking, they're sharing stories. The fight's happening over there. The roasting meat does smell pretty damn good. There's the flowery aroma of honeyed mead coming from one of the nearby barrels turned on the side that people are constantly coming over and filling up. And you see across the way, there's another one that's being rolled off, and another one is being carried in by two big fucking Goliaths, and they both just slam it down there. One of them takes a mallet, smacks the cork off, puts a
Spigot.
it's like a there's another fancy word for it, but he sits it in there, hammers it in, and walks away, and you see a crowd kind of come in to help themselves to the fresh barrel. It's very, very lively.
Son's got someone in the head like, Kasumi, you want in?
And Brick has literally picked someone up and is spinning them around. It's very fun!
That guy's got a tanker and says, woo!
No, I very much like to keep my face the way it is. Thanks.
Okay, and Brick falls backwards and like body slams the dude.
All right, goosh.
Oh no. Kasumi like slowly starts taking steps backwards.
With your
You're not gonna get stopped.
with your general ability at stealth, it's very easy for you to slink into the shadows and kind of
I don't run into anyone, do
just kind
I?
of just kind of do the ye old Irish goodbye and just sort of see yourself out.
I am Batman.
I am the antisocial.
Well, so she's not gonna leave
Oh, okay.
because she still needs to know where Zaan's room is. But she's just like, she's shivering, she's standing there, she's trying to be far away from the fight and any thrown objects.
Well, so this room is quite long, and the fight is kind of happening in this one area. There's plenty of spaces for you to go and stand and be around normal people.
She just kind of finds a spot up against one of the walls and just kind of there.
Okay. Not 100% sure if Zaan's going to immediately go looking for his room or if he's going to just be...
After about 15-20 minutes of roughhousing, yeah, probably.
Okay. It is finally getting on towards the evening time. All of you are as much fun as you were having. It has been a long day. You did fight a gargantuan creature not but a few hours ago, and exhaustion is starting to set in.
Yep.
I'm sleepy.
Pez, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yay! I get to do something.
Oh, buddy.
Sorry.
We couldn't do shit.
12 plus 3.
15?
Okay. You suddenly wake up, bolt upright, hands and knees, and you just vomit. You're not sure
Oh,
why.
no.
Your tongue is a bit numb, and you are just puking your guts out. And Hamburger kind of comes up and sort of like bunces you with the side of his head. You are awake, and the sake has expelled the remaining bits of the jug from your stomach.
Ew.
Doesn't taste very good. There's a lot of noise going on behind you. You don't know where the fuck you are. There's just you, Hamburger, a kind of it's weird. It kind of looks like a straw mattress, but there's also something on top of it as well. Very dark woods. It's kind of chilly. You're really not happy about it being chilly. But there sounds like a big commotion going outside, and you smell meat.
Am I hungry?
You smell
No.
meat.
You just
Now you are.
expelled everything in your stomach.
You
Congratulations.
expelled a
there,
stomach
Vroom.
full of sake, is what you did. Yeah, there's some grumbly grums.
I look outside the room and see what's going on.
Make a perception check.
Perception. Another 13 plus 6.
Well, it is dim light in there, so
True.
yeah. You kind of peer around, and you're like, there are so many Zaans in here. Oh wait, there's Zaan, and there's Brick, and he just threw a guy.
And Zaan's giving someone the chair.
I reach for my gun because I don't know what the heck is going on.
Can I see Pez?
I kind of partially assumed that you were sort of near the door there. You hear you hear the first little like creak, and then you hear.
Pez,
Yeah,
don't.
but they're fighting.
Put it away.
What?
They're doing it for fun, and I don't understand why.
Fighting for fun. What? Where am I?
I'm, in a hotel-ish, an inn thing.
Hotel-ish.
Oh, hotel? This ain't no hotel. This is a hostel.
It's a
Hostel. Please make that the title.
The name of the fucking episode.
Do you remember them saying there was a place to stay in the town?
Vaguely? Last
this-
thing I remember was I was a lily pad.
Okay. Well, we've left there, clearly. And there's an inn that has themed rooms for different regions. And this is Zaan's region. So,
I hate it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Zaan is doing what Zaan does best in his home area, and Brick is just embracing it. He must really be his son.
Also, side note, because Super Damocles in the chat gave me a great idea. Brick has organized, stopped part of the fight to organize people, in a triangle as if they're bowling pins, and he takes a dwarf, he balls him up, and he rolls him
That's James, by the way.
through the bowling pins.
Super Damocles is James, by the way.
Oh, it's
Hi,
James. Okay.
James.
Hi, James.
Please continue.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So this is the room that Brick is staying in tonight, and they're just having fun.
I don't want to stay here. It's
You can
too
stay-
loud.
You can stay in the room with me. It's very quiet where I'm staying.
You sure?
Now that you're awake, you can stay in the room that I am.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. But apparently the innkeeper thinks you're a pet. So that's a thing. Yeah.
I guess I could crawl on all fours if that. I don't know.
I can just I'll just have Brick carry you back in the room. It's fine.
Okay. I'm so confused.
Well,
My tongue
Brick
is numb.
Brick is currently highly preoccupied with things and stuff.
Bowling.
Are you ready to go back now? Because I could disguise myself.
As your pet.
Yeah, we can. I need to make sure I know where Zaan's staying, just for safety measures.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna go find Zaan.
I mean, it's not hard to find him.
Yeah.
He's the only long-eared creature in there throwing punches. Except at this point, he's kind of got like a meat haunch and a tankard, and he's just sort of like stomping across the table, just occasionally kicking someone that gets too close.
Zaan,
Huh?
which
Yes.
room is yours?
Throws the tankard, throws the meat, and fucking walks over and looks at the doors and looks at the key, and like, no.
Brick reaches out, grabs the tankard, and just chugs it.
Yeah! And, just like looks at the doors and is like, Brick, so Brick, this one is mine, and he puts the key in and opens the door.
Okay, cool. We're leaving now. Please have fun. I just needed to know which one was yours, just for emergency purposes, you know.
Okay.
Have fun.
I will
Don't
thank
kill
you.
anybody.
No promises. Have fun in your rooms. Thank you for sharing. And Pez, I hope you like this sake.
We're gonna go back to the quiet room now.
The what?
Okay.
Okay. Let's get hamburger and let's get out of here.
Jaeger.
You see Zaan just rear up, legs fold, and just fucking goes.
He's like, okay, bye. Hamburger is still kind of wobbling a little bit from his own drunken escapades, but he's at least going in a good direction.
Okay.
So Kasumi leads you out of the longhouse into the main lobby. You see the tiefling gentleman still sitting there. He kind of glances up. He's no longer scribbling in his ledger. He now has a small black bound book that he's kind of holding up in the one hand. He kind of glances over, sees you, Kasumi, doesn't really seem to pay any mind to Pez, and he just goes back to reading. And Pez, as you go into the lobby, you do see those same 5 doors, and you kind of have to do a quick sort of stutter stop because you're just like, what is that? As he kind of notices the
Cowboy doors.
facade from the Untamed West. It looks very sort of saloonish, for lack of a better word. Or do you want to inquire about it, or?
I just take notice,
Okay.
and again, I'm loopy.
Okay. I just
I don't know.
wanted to leave it open if you wanted to do anything there, but if you just want to keep on following Kasumi back to her area, going through the sliding paper door and shuts it behind, the sound is just calm and quiet. It's kind of pretty here.
Nice. I like this. Is this what your home look like?
Mm-hmm. Well, yes, kind of. A little.
I like it.
We had a beautiful cherry blossom tree just behind our home. So usually when you opened up the doors, you'd have a couple little petals that would float in.
Can you make leaf juice out of that?
There's a lot of things you can do with cherry blossoms, but you can make candy out of them.
I like that idea.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think you'll like this because I know that you tend to sleep on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So everything here is very close to the floor.
I love it here.
And the bed over there is practically on the floor.
Can we move here?
Well, at least we'll be able to get some sleep. I don't know if those two are getting sleep tonight. So.
All right.
Yeah, make yourself comfy, and then she just goes back into fox form. She just trots over to the bed and just does a few little circles before she makes herself comfy.
Okay.
I'm gonna give her as much space as possible, find a nice quiet corner, and cuddle up with the burger.
She's only taking up like this much of space. The majority of the bed.
I'm a southern gentleman.
Fox on one end, Pez on the other.
Pretty
Hamburger in the center.
Leagues apart.
Hamburger is full like starfish mode.
Okay. So you all eventually find your way to your rooms. You've eaten, you've had drinks, you've had your brawls. The night takes you, the exhaustion hits, and you all get a long rest.
Thank God!
Yes, thank you, God.
I'm fine.
Thank you.
I was not
Everything
fine.
you stand for.
So, just a random consensus. Do we want to keep going for a little bit, or how are we feeling? Yeah, that was kind of weird.
I'm okay for going a little more.
Okay.
Are you guys okay with
so,
that?
Yep.
Okay. So, dawn comes. Kasumi, Pez, it's nice, calm, quiet. There's twittering birds.
Twittering bird.
Yeah, twittering birds. Birds twitter. Birds chirp. That's enough out of you.
They post online and complain about stuff.
Oh my god. Continuing.
Zaan wakes up and finds himself with 2 black eyes because he got his shit rocked the night before.
I didn't even say it. That was him. What the fuck?
You giggled.
It's fucking funny.
The two of you in the longhouse, you wake up and you had a very restful evening. The exhaustion and the exertion from the day before really hit you hard. The meat helped for Zaan anyway. Brick, partway through the night, because you only need, 4 hours as you do your sort of shutdown, you get up and there's not as many people as there were when you went to power down, but there still are a few people out there. Some of them are slumped over just well into their cups and they're just passed the fuck out. Some of them are actually sitting there. They seem to be working on a map or doing some sort of work in a book, planning. Others are just sitting there eating and drinking. While the party may have ceased, the activity has only come to a bit of a lull. So in the earlier hours of the morning, once Zaan finally awakens, things have picked up a little bit, but it's still not quite to the fervor it was the night before.
Kind of during the wee hours, the people who are kind of looking at maps and seem to be planning something, can I walk over to them?
Yeah. You walk over and there's that kind of hesitance of like, okay, he's not punching me yet. We're good.
Brawl's over, and I sit down, grab a mug, and I'm just sipping on it. So, what are we planning?
What is business for you?
Oh, just curious. Honestly, I was planning a bit of a voyage myself, and curious if we're headed the same way.
We head back west.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm going into what I hear uncharted territory, and I mean, honestly, Rokasine folk are brave, not stupid.
He kind of looks at you, sort of leans forward to look at one particular individual slumped over the table. Not all.
What happened to him?
He set fire to his own boat.
Was he trying to meet Valkyrie early?
I don't ask questions, and he just goes back to plotting his courses.
Actually, you might be able to help me. What do you know of the large mountains to the far east?
The Tibetal Mountains, Aztlan guards jealousy.
Hmm.
Outsiders, they don't go there. And he kind of like pauses and looks at you. He's like, "You do not know."
I was born outside of my homeland. Well, not born, activated.
And you see him like really struggle to like translate the common back over, and he just looks at the mug in your hand and goes, "Bleh."
Would you, if you ever got the chance to go there, would you be interested, if nothing else than just for the act of exploring?
As you say, I'm not stupid. There are rumors not just of the Aztlans that elementals run those peaks. It is not worth it. Much. And he kind of taps at the map really subtly, kind of towards the Romanan coast. Much easier prey. And he goes, and he just starts to fold up the map.
It's easy, common folk maybe. I have met their leader. Not easy prey.
He gets up from the bench and he slaps you hard on the back. Not so stupid. We go further north. And he gets up and he kind of like grabs the scruff of his partner who's like mid turkey leg and just like my turkey leg. So
Do I walk out at any point during this or after this or?
this would have been the wee hours of the morning. You would
Oh,
still
okay,
get
yeah,
sleep.
never mind.
Yeah, because he only needs the 4 hours to get his
That's
rest
right,
done.
You said that. Sorry,
Yeah.
my bad.
Yeah, all good. So eventually, everyone does awaken.
I order breakfast.
You are all able to order your various breakfasts of your regional foods. Well, you two were able to order with your little bell service. The Brick and Zaan, you just go to a spit and grab whatever looks good.
Brick.
While Zahn is getting his food, Brick's gonna head out to find the innkeeper, but before apparently he has stopped.
No. Find the innkeeper first.
Okay.
Meet with me after.
You go out into the lobby, and Myatkin is still sitting there. As Kasumi had seen the night before, he is kind of leaned back, boots up on the desk, and he's just got this fairly small little book, and he's just kind of holding it and reading, and he's got his small cigar and puffing from it occasionally, and he'll flip a page. Kind of looks up at you, approach, and goes, "Good day to you."
Good day to you as well. Tell me, are you from these lands originally, or did you migrate?
Is there something I can help you with?
Oh, I just wanted some information. We are not so well traveled in this land, and we are making a trek mostly across this entire nation, and wondering, is there anything in particular we should be keeping an eye out for our own safety?
He kind of leans his head to the side, kind of looks over and just sort of sees your general kit. You seem to be with the coin. There is a new form of travel if you are brave enough for it. Where are you heading to?
Notes.
I know that one.
I don't. I myself don't remember, but I do remember it's the Forge City.
Chichimek.
Chichimek.
He kind of looks at you and he chuckles. You do not go to Chichimek without invitation. It is not for passers through. And he just kind of starts looking back over to his book and continues reading.
I am the invitation.
I have invitation.
He kind of now, like, really pauses and slowly looks over to you. Raises a single eyebrow. If you were to go on foot, it would take you about a month to navigate the jungles. But I have heard new transportation at the Koyak Skyport can get you there in a few days if you have the coin for it.
Much obliged.
May I be of any other service, or can I get back to my reading?
May I ask what you are reading? I am an avid lover of books myself.
Good day.
And knowing I've annoyed him, I drop 5 gold on the counter for your time and walk away.
You hear the sound of the coins moving, but he hasn't leaned forward. So, Brick goes
I go back to find Zaan.
to the longhouse?
Mhm.
Okay.
Actually, he would probably... Yeah, he'll go back to find Zaan.
Okay. Pez, Kasumi, are you two doing anything in the wee
So
morning other than getting your food and all?
Yeah, Kasumi ordered breakfast for them, and she ordered a sakura jelly, which is a cherry blossom flavored jelly.
I really want to make Pez roll on this to see if he can figure out how to eat it.
Well,
Because I
so
know that Kasumi would be all prim and proper and chopsticks and very dainty, whereas Pez would just be like,
So when they present the food, and Kasumi, sets it in front of Pej, like, so we mentioned cherry blossoms last night. This is actually a cherry blossom flavored treat.
Oh.
And I know that in the past you've enjoyed things that are slimy.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured this would be a good medium.
How-
So,
How do I eat it?
I usually use utensils, but you can eat it however you wish.
I'll use utensils. Utensils?
Okay. And she hands him utensils, and she just very delicately, takes a little bite.
Are they chopsticks or?
I don't know if they use chopsticks with the jellies. We'll just say it's a spoon.
Okay. Because if it was chopsticks, Pez would stab it. Because he doesn't know how chopsticks work.
And it wouldn't stick.
"Die, vampire slime!"
I will claim ignorance. I don't know what utensils they typically prefer to use with slime or the jelly.
It's a gelatinous cube. Kill it!
I mean,
So I'm just gonna say it's a little spoon.
Yeah, I know how to use spoons.
Okay. So yes, she very, very intently watches Pez as he goes to take a bite because she really wants to know if he likes it or not.
Well, do you want to do a Brick taste test roll?
Sure, why not?
D20. The higher the number, the more you like it.
Roll a one. Oh, thank God.
18.
18.
It's so bad. This is so good. Really
Yeah,
good.
it doesn't have the bitterness of the usual goo that you like to eat, but it's really tasty. You could get
I
used
like
to this
this.
Takatari stuff.
I really like this. Is this like high-end fancy stuff or?
Oh no, it's fairly easy to make a cherry blossom flavored jelly when there's cherry blossoms everywhere where I'm
We're
from.
gonna grow some cherry blossoms in the cart.
Oh.
I want this.
A little window monster.
Okay.
We have a ceiling.
We can try. She doesn't want to completely
You don't want to crush his spirit.
But she's just like through her head, she's like, that's not physically possible. Okay.
I will enjoy my meal, and then as we're getting ready to go, because I assume we're gonna meet up with the others. I'm gonna root around the giant cherry blossom tree out front, see if I can find some seedlings or saplings or something.
Make either a nature check or an investigation check. Your choice.
Nature or investigation? Investigation. Holy shit, investigation. All right, investigation it is.
Okay.
15 plus 7.
Oh.
You scurry up into the tree. You've not seen one of these trees before, but you've seen trees.
Yeah.
And you remember as a kid, you used to use the little seeds in your slingshot to, pepper your sisters and brothers with. So you know what seeds look like, and you find it, and it's like, that's probably some seeds. So I'd say you get a decent handful, like 5 or 6 of them.
Mission accomplished.
Okay. Let's go.
And we waddle the way.
Start heading out to go find the heathens.
So, we can go for brevity, or if you want to go and look in the longhouse for them, or just say that you all kind of eventually meet in the,
I have one thing I want to do.
What would you like to do?
When Brick gets back.
Brick has been back.
Okay.
Okay, well, no, as he's walking back, I'm going to throw something at him.
Okay. Go ahead.
Brick, as you're walking back, you notice that Zaan's really big greatsword sitting on the table against him. And as he notices you, you see him grab the handle and hurl it at you.
I will grab my greatsword and try to deflect.
Or you could just try to grab it. He's not hurling it with deadly intent, but he's throwing it.
Oh, I thought he was just like,
Yeah, like, fuck you, I'm done with this. I'm staying here forever. I just...
I guess, yeah, he'll try to reach out.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, it comes towards you, and like he wasn't doing it sneakily. Like you walked in, he goes, "Hey, Brick, heads up!" And you kind of like leaned inside, like, "Oh, I caught that."
Nice catch.
Why?
Since you like greatswords, do you not?
I mean, it's nifty when I'm pretty sure I'm going to get hit no matter what, and I want to deal a lot of damage.
What if I was to tell you that greatsword has the benefit of your shield built into it?
I'm listening.
So, it may not deal as much brunt damage as your fiery toy, but when you miss, it covers you in ice, protecting you. So, out of character, it only does 1d4 extra cold damage, but when you miss a melee attack until your next turn, you get +2 AC.
Interesting. Is it just a regular greatsword with plus 1d4, or is it a +1?
+1. +1 to attack and damage rolls made with this magic weapon.
You will need to attune to it as well, by the way.
Oh shit. Don't know if I have any attunement slots open.
And that's why I said it.
Yep, thank you. It's not really worth it.
What are you attuned to?
Well,
I'm attuned.
You can ponder
Yeah,
for a time.
we'll talk about
but for continuing purposes, you do all eventually meet in the lobby of the Final Rest Inn. The day is yours. What would you like to do?
You should probably go check on our cot.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. To the docks.
Okay.
Pez, how are you feeling?
Great.
Sleep,
I
bro?
am on cloud 9.
So that's good.
Pez, you actually feel phenomenal.
I can run across water.
Jesus, lizard.
I would like to see that, but when is the time?
Okay. So, you all head back out of the final rest inn, start making your way along to where your ship had been beached. It will take you about 20 to 30 minutes to get there. But as you are passing the other side of the temple to Tlazocoatl, a very sizable shadow passes overhead. And at first you kind of look up and there's no real clouds in the sky. And you turn and you look, and there is a very large ship slowly moving through the air towards the water.
Oh, yeah. Skyport.
What?
Sky what?
Skyport.
Why is there a boat in the air?
You say this-
Apparently they have flying ships here.
Are we underwater?
Well, I mean,
Pez,
You
it's a
never
flying
know.
demon.
all hints
Shoot it
point in that
down.
direction.
Apparently they have flying ships. That's what that tower over there is, Skyport.
Yes, but we have a cart here.
I mean, we strapped it to a regular boat. Why not to a flying ship?
'Cause we'd have to get it up.
Yeah. Yes, Pez?
Or
Or...
flying cart?
Ooh.
We figure out what kind of technology they're using and insert that into the cart and give Cassie a little red nose and poof, we fly.
Cassie, the red-nosed hadrosaur.
We may inquire about that. I don't know how that would work, but I don't even know what a flying boat would be like. Feels awkward.
I mean, they have to get cargo on somehow. Maybe they can pull it up.
Elevator, big giant cargo elevator.
Let's just hope that we don't have a flying creature sent after us this time.
Let's make sure our cart is still in one piece.
Agreed.
I mean, it was in one piece before.
Onward.
How was it? Huh? Okay.
Oh, sorry,
So-
what?
No, go ahead.
You do eventually make it back around to the warehouse area of the docks. And you go to where the Red Wave had been beached. The ship is currently pointed back with its butt towards the water, and it seems to have been pulled up on rollers, but it is facing the proper way now. Well, actually, it's turned around because they're having to fix the rudder, so the ass is up on the dock side. Tucked away off in between one of the alleys is your wagon sitting there. The chucks are sitting in front of it, and it looks like Cassie has been harnessed down to a large stone kind of pylon sort of nearby, and she's been taken care of. There seems to be a large wooden bowl with some water in it and a big bale of hay off to the side that seems to have had like at least a third of it eaten away. And as your scent kind of gets over towards her, she kind of looks up and lets out a long, pleased, like resonating howl as you get closer. She starts to lumber up and plod towards you, and then gets caught by the harness. She kind of looks back at her and she's kind of like,
I want hugs.
I'll see if I can spot Jamara.
Jalmara.
Yep.
You look around. Doesn't seem to be within eyesight.
I will stop a random dock worker.
Okay. There's a gentleman. He sort of has like a golden collar around his neck, not really wearing anything on his chest, and just sort of a kind of, for lack of a better word, a kilt of sorts. And he's carrying what looks like 2 stacked crates, and you kind of tap him on the shoulder, and you stop and goes, "Oi."
Where is Jalmara currently, please?
I don't know. And she keeps on walking.
Do you general area? Oh, okay.
He kind of stops and turns around. She runs the docks. All of them.
I look out over the bay. How many docks are there?
So where you had, since you've actually made your way around the area enough, I will actually share the map with you now. So you have a general idea, or I should say, since you have a general idea of what the area looks like. So if you look at that, the far left side where the land first starts and first curves around, the ship is on that side. That's where you crashed. And you walked all the way around the northern loop to get to the tree and then the final rest, and then you came back. So there are the docks on the outside, and there's all the docks on the interior. So when he said that she's in charge of all the docks, she's in charge of all the docks.
We made it back to the dock, right? Like,
yeah,
we
you're
the
there.
ship.
You see the wagon. You see they took the chucks that you had. They didn't know where they went or anything. They just tried to keep everything as is and just get it out of the way. So you put the chucks away where they're supposed to go. You open the door and it's still a wreck.
Okay, look, Brick. Is everything in one piece?
Mostly one piece. Yeah, just need to reorganize
Reorganize what?
everything.
Yeah. Should have seen that one coming. So, do we want to work on fixing this up before we go find this lady, or?
I mean, do we really need to? I was just gonna, thank you, bye-bye. But if she's busy, she's busy.
What's that being said? Can we get Cassie off this thing without breaking anything? I mean, I'm okay with breaking it, but...
I don't know.
Go ahead.
We ain't breaking nothing.
Can you tell me what I can break?
In my travels, are the streets wide enough for Cassie and the cart?
Oh, very easily.
Okay.
Yeah, there have been numerous occasions where you've had to step to the side as a large wagon with goods has trundled on through the city. It is a massive port town. Like, this is where a lot of the imports would come through. And for the record, Cassie is not locked down. She just has the harness and is tied down so that she can't get loose.
Okay, well, I mean...
Not without hurting everyone. Going on rampage.
Well, we can get loaded up, make our way out of the town, or figuring out where the hell out of the town is, or figuring out if the flying pillar thing.
Yeah, it's worth an inquiry.
I mean, we can saddle up, bring Cassie over to that giant lighthouse tower with the floating ships, see if they can take us in, and if they can't, then we're hoofing it.
Yeah. I mean, does that sound fair? Is that okay?
Yep.
Alrighty, then. Pez. Get us hooked up, and Mr. Cartmaster.
Aye, Captain.
We'll start putting stuff in their place.
I was going to say, as Pez is doing his job of getting Cassie hitched up and the wagon ready to go, Kasumi, Brick, and Zaan, you step inside and just realize, oh, this is going to take a while. And that's just the downstairs kitchen area. The table has been shoved against the wall. All the dishes, the cooking utensils. Kasumi, you have a brief moment of panic.
The tea weird.
But the tea weird is okay.
Shit.
Well, I mean, it's a magical item. It's quite difficult to break those. Upstairs is pretty rough. The bedrooms, the furniture has moved slightly, but there wasn't a whole lot. Some of the paintings had fallen down. Brick, you remember the library, and you're just like, do I really want to tackle that today?
I gotta sleep somewhere.
But eventually, you do get things going. You may not get everything put away, but Pez starts to get you all around through the city. You do get some curious glances, but you're kind of used to it at this point. And eventually, you do make it to the base of the Koyak skyport. You see the large ship that had passed overhead before seems to have been tethered down, and it is floating there, just gently bobbing. And as you approach the base of the tower, that is where we're going to end for the night.
Heck.
Woof.
So, thank you all so much for joining us on this first venture into the lands of Aztlan. There is much more to come. Again, we will not be streaming D&D this coming week. That's why we played tonight, because I will be out of town. I don't know what the plan is for everyone, if there's going to be any metallurgy or Pez plays. I unfortunately will not be around to do those, so that will kind of be up to these guys. If you are traveling this weekend, please be safe. Don't do anything stupid. We want to make sure that you're back so that, you know, we can still keep doing what we do and give you guys stuff to enjoy. Any other closing dealy doos?
Nah.
Me?
No,
Okay.
good. It's fun.
Well, the next
Fun
time
time.
that we go live for D&D, it will be Storm King's Chaos done by Zeke down there. Not this coming Friday, but the Friday after. If you haven't already joined the Discord, I'm putting the link in the chat. The links are also down below if you're listening to this in podcast form. Please join us, even if you just kind of want to hang out and lurk and just listen to what we're doing. If you want to play games with us, it's a great place to be. We're very inclusive. Yeah, that's about all I got. So be safe. Enjoy your turkey day. If you don't have a turkey day, enjoy your weekend. We'll see you the next time we go live. Good night, everybody!
Bye, everyone.
Catch you later.